Hey.
Down in the gutter with the rest of them. Down in the gutter with the rest of them. Down in the gutter with the rest of them. Down in the gutter with the rest of them. I was down in the gutter with
How's it
the
going?
rest of them. Down in the gutter with the rest of them. Down in the gutter with the rest of them. I was down in the gutter with the rest of them. Down in the gutter with the rest of them. Down in the rest of them.
Ooh.
Down in the gutter with the rest of them. Rest of them.
Are we live?
Rest of them. 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 Down in the gutter. Down in the gutter.
Ooh.
Down in the gutter. 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 Down in the gutter.
Hey. What's up? I'm down in the gutter with the rest of them, and there are 50,000 of them. How you doing, y'all? Welcome to this is a live stream. If you're watching in the future, this was a live stream. And if you're watching in the present, this is not a video where I'm acting like it's a live stream. That would be a pretty funny idea. Upload a video that looks like it's a live stream. But no, this is an actual live stream, basically. I really can't stop saying basically. Fans of the... Oh, no! How's it going, y'all? Welcome. Everyone say hi in the chat. Say hi to each other. Say hi to me. Say hi to yourselves, frankly. Let me check the audio. I'm acting like it's a live stream. Ooh, the audio is good. And by the way, the audio on the last stream was messed up. Not a big deal, you know, nothing huge, but I got it fixed. I know what's going on here. I'm not a live streamer all the time now, but I can live stream if I want to, basically. I'm gonna stop saying basically. Welcome, people in the chat, going absolutely ballistic, and just having such a good time. Wow, everyone's having such a good time in the chat. If you're watching this in the future, you probably can't see the chat. This is almost something I'm positive of, because we're gonna watch so many videos today on this live stream that the odds of none of them tripping the YouTube copyright censors and therefore getting the chat replay turned off, the odds are extremely small. Infinitesimal, basically. Whoa, I'm not even doing this intentionally. I can't stop saying the word basically. I used to be apparently. I was like the apparently kid, but like grown up. I think he's actually on this playlist, by the way. But now I'm the basically kid, all grown up. So everyone's saying hi to each other. People saying hi to themselves, which I a lot of respect for that. So 50,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. We're gonna have a nice intimate live stream with hopefully no more than like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. I just want to keep it kind of like chill, where we can all get to know each other and express our love of people subscribing to my YouTube channel. How are you all doing? Are you doing okay? Are you doing all right? It's been a while, probably. I don't know. What's like the last video of mine that you've seen? If you're in the chat and you feel like chatting, no worries if you don't feel like chatting. If you're in the chat, what's the last video on this channel that you've seen? Is it like the Breaking Bad video? Is it other videos? Just so I know kind of where you're at and where to, in social work, we have this expression, meet clients where they're at. So as my viewers, you're not my clients, but it's the same sort of message applies. So I'm going to meet you where you're at. What do you know, basically? That's the fourth time that I've said basically in 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. It was a joke at first. Now it's becoming a problem. It just works. You can say it after so many things. Cheers. I'm having an adult beverage. If that's your thing, feel free to have one too. If it's not, then don't have one. So basically we need to donate more. I like it. Oh, can't watch live because time zones, but congratulations, and I'll see you in the future. That's great. That's great. Just finished your Better Call Saul series Friday. I'm so sad. Okay. That's what I like. I like to leave people sad. I mean, just rewatch them. You know what I mean? Just rewatch them. There's nothing wrong with that. By the way, I'm going to put in timestamps to this. So if you're watching in the future, go check out the timestamps. You know, like this is probably the intro right now. This is like intro / crowd pleasing, you know, people pleasing. So that's what we're in right now. And then we're going to transition into the WTF segment, which is like such a massive segment. It really stretches the definition of a segment. It's almost like a segment in the sense that a section is a segment, which is probably making people crack up because that's a great joke. I thought about if you listen to the podcast, I basically I have almost like a character that I do on the podcast. I thought about doing this and that character. It's not like a real character. It's basically just me, but a little bit sillier. And then I decided that's too much work, and I don't want to give out that for free. Also, that's for people who want to. Yeah. So I was gonna say with you saying you finished the Better Call Saul series. I did promise a price vid. I'm way delayed on that. That'll happen eventually, but no, it's gonna be like a while. Like it's gonna be a while. I'll give you updates on where I'm at with channel stuff, but yeah, no, I'd recommend at this point just rewatching. that would be the best way to probably go about it. 50. I should start before we get into the silly stuff. I should just say it's really cool to have the channel get to this point. I mean, that's very cool, and I couldn't have done it without you. Wait, hold on. No, actually, I take that back. I could have done it without all the people watching right now. I could have done it without all you, actually, because now that I think about it, I have 50,070 subscribers and there's not 70 people watching. I'm not going to say how many there are, but there's not 70. So actually, realistically, I could have done this without all of you. It's a little funny when it really does strike me as odd when YouTubers are like, or I guess successful creative people like of any type, a musician or like, anyone being like, oh, I couldn't have done it without my fans. It's like, I mean, sort of, but it's not. I mean, you all giving me your attention is very nice, but I like to think that I'm earning it with the effort I put into things. So it's just funny. I guess it's a sort of like fake humility thing. But I am very I'm so appreciative of so many things outside of my control that have allowed me to get 50,000 subscribers. So I really am very grateful. And it's not purely the quality of the content that gets you 50,000 people. It's also just not charity, though, is what I'm trying to say. It's not like people are watching out of charity. But it is a lot of things outside of my control that I should be grateful for, and I am. I mean, YouTube is a pretty cool platform. I have to be honest. It's pretty cool. It really pushes you, pushes your stuff out to people. So I guess thank you to everyone for, watching YouTube as much as you do. And thank you to this current CEO of YouTube, whoever that might be. Okay, still a quick audio test. Ooh, we're getting clean audio. How are we liking the audio? So what else did I have to say about that? Let me pull up my thing, actually. This is going to be a long sort of winding stream. If you're watching live, chill out. Calm down, basically. 5. Oh yeah, okay, 50,000 subs. So that's what we're talking about. That's the first thing on my list. So 50,000 subscribers. I didn't think I was gonna get to 50,000 subscribers this fast. I guess I've had the channel now for close to 4 years. I guess this is vaguely what I would have wanted. I don't know. I remember I definitely got to 10,000 and 20,000 like the earlier milestones definitely quicker than I expected because there were lucky steps in the process. The My Little Pony video got me up to like, I forget, but a lot. And then, with the Better Call Saul. So it happened fairly quickly, but or fairly like differently from how I would have expected. But I guess when I say 4 years, 50,000 subscribers, I mean, that's really, really good. I think if you have a YouTube channel or like, if you like make music and you're like, okay, I'm in a band and we're 4 years into our band and we, now we have, I don't know what the equivalent of 50,000. Now we have like our shows, we get 50 people out there for each show consistently. I'm just not trying to reuse the number, but I'm just trying to think of an analogy. That's really good. And so you should be thinking for whatever creative pursuits you do, like what is like my milestones, what are my goals, what am I shooting for, just to kind of keep you thinking. But, be realistic, be ambitious, but like realistic with it at the same time. So I would not have expected that I could go from, 38 or 40. I wouldn't have expected that I could get 10,000 subscribers in a year without publishing any videos. I definitely never would have suspected that. Hey, we just got someone back. That's right, come crawling back. So you may have noticed I didn't make the same mistake I made with the 40,000 subscriber video where I try to have us all experience it together. Because turns out that doesn't work, and we basically ended the 40,000 subscriber celebration stream with less than we started with, if I remember correctly. So, I had to make sure we had a nice buffer. That's what they call a buffer in the live streaming business. Thank you, Rook. I remember you from your channel, and I hope things are going well for you. Everyone subscribe to everyone else's channel who's in the chat. You know what I mean? Because you're probably cool people. I mean, you're probably cool people, right? I'm pretty sure. Gift Sparks, what's up? Hope you're doing well. It's so cool remembering people's names and channels after such a while. And I was saying, like, I kind of want to stream more, but like, also, I don't know, I might not. So, whatever. But we all have better things to do, right? But I like live streaming when there's a purpose like this, and boy, is there a purpose. Wait till you see. That big jump is, so this big jump, May 2023. What happened in May 2023? I don't know. I think it was random. I think it was just sort of like, I think it was totally random. No, I was mentioned on Fox News. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was when I dropped the Breaking Bad video. And so that was pretty cool. Just, it's worth saying, I expected the Breaking Bad video to do well because I had done 8 Better Call Saul videos. I understand YouTube well enough to be like, okay, I have a bunch of people who like this stuff. They're going to like this video. It's long. People like that. It's, the thumbnail was good. Like, I was like, the title was good, which I came up with on my own and did not get suggested from someone in a previous live stream. Don't look into that. So I knew it would do well. I definitely did not think it would do this well. I didn't expect it to necessarily break 1 million views. I had not had a video do that. I didn't necessarily expect it to continue for so long. And the fact that it's still getting thousands of views, like, a day, it's really nice. So, it's been really cool. And part of the reason I haven't put anything out is that things are still going really well with the channel. I mean, I reflected on this on a podcast like months ago, but it's like, the Verbal Journal podcast, which is part of the Patreon and YouTube members, but like I used to do so many videos and it was like all my free time was into videos. And now I basically put all my free time into painting. I'll say more about that later. I've been just really enjoying painting. But the fact that the channel's still doing well makes it so I don't feel compelled. I don't feel like, oh God, I have to make something for the channel. And so I do have some long-term projects that I am working on, but passively. I don't feel like I have to pour all my time into them, basically. That was a fair, basically. That was my 6th, basically, but that one was like, made sense in the context. But we'll keep it. Well, it still counts. I mean. Morning, mate. Peace and love this Monday morning. That's awesome. We got a time traveler in the chat. If you're just joining the chat, say hello to everybody. Introduce yourself. Be like, here's who I am. And I like to take up space. You know what I mean? Like, kind of assert yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Congrats on the milestone. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Thank you. Nixon. Any relation to the gentleman, the former gentleman of the historical presidential America? I really wish the artist journey got way more views. It was my favorite Jimmy analysis video on YouTube. Thank you, Rourke. It really still gets a lot of views. It's surprising that it still gets views and people still check it out like a lot. So, I like to look at my views a lot. I still look at my analytics a lot. I love it. I mean, I'm a data nerd and I am full of myself sometimes. So I like to, I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. It's like this instant gratification, but I'll look at the, unsubscribe. I don't even care. You know what I mean? We got a buffer here. But yeah, I'll check out the hourly, how many views I'm getting by the hour. Just I'll like pop in, get a sort of like cross-section, snapshot of how, and there are times where Artist Journey is getting like 10 views an hour, which is like, whoa, that's great. That's huge. But I'm extremely proud of that one too. I mean, that's just a really like original thing. Like anyone can be like, oh, how does Better Call Saul talk about whether people can change? How does Better Call Saul talk about revenge? Hopefully I did a good job with those things, but that's not the most groundbreaking idea. To talk about him as an artist is kind of clever, and I'll definitely, I think that's interesting, and I'm glad I pursued it. It's one of those things that it's just like a little flash of a thought, and then if you have nothing better to do, freaking pursue it. You know what I mean? See what's up. Rafferty taking up space. Very assertive. Many great channels don't have a lot of videos. Yeah, and I have like tons of videos too. I have 71 videos. It's like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't feel any compulsion to keep making, like I am working on stuff, but I don't feel like I have to put something out. It's like people can check out my back catalog and I'll make something good eventually. So I'll talk about this more later. I have 3 big projects in the works. Maybe I'll talk about it now for YouTube. One about an AI art company that I've written a ton, I've worked enormously on, and I've written many pages of the script, but I just am waiting to see what happens, and I don't feel like I need to wrap it up. Another is very important and really meaningful. Involves like to me it and it's important in general. It deals a lot, but I don't want to go too much into it, but I'm seeing where that goes. And then the one that's probably going to come out first is, and probably going to be the most popular out of the 3 big projects, is about another YouTube channel, and I'm going to be analyzing it, and I think people are going to really like that. But I don't need to say more because I don't think it matters for now. But rest assured, I've got 3 huge projects that are vaguely in the background that I will take notes on or blah 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 here and there. But I'm just sort of waiting to see how things go. And like I said, I don't feel like I have to put something out. Maybe a small idea will come up. I did something where I came up with the premises for all the I Think You Should Leave sketches, and then tried to rate how funny the premise was, and then I want to rate how funny the scene is. It's so dumb. And then see how that correlates. It's like as I got more into it, I was like, I don't know, man, to myself. Simply Snaps in the chat. Everyone check out her channel. She's so cool. She helped me with the Breaking Bad video a ton, and then now she's got amazing video essays. Turn on the AC for a sec. Cool. So what? Maybe you could post painting videos. Yeah. So that's a thing I'm really thinking a lot about. So I have 2 painting videos on my channel. Maybe some of you know that. And I have then the Trump video, Trump COVID press conferences. And I do a painting in that video. Or I work on a painting in that video. And I do wonder, like, would people buy those paintings? I don't know. Like, would someone in my YouTube audience want to buy a painting that I did on a YouTube video? And if, because realistically, I could do a bunch of painting and become like a painting channel, but it's not the most reasonable thing to do. Like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. As much as I love painting, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to like force it to be what the channel's about. So I'm wondering, how do I, is it can I sell paintings to people in my YouTube audience, or can I do more stuff with YouTube related to painting? Because I also do a lot of content with my painting. I take a lot of notes, I document it, I categorize it. I'm just trying to figure out kind of what to do with that, or how to blend it with the YouTube. Yeah. I will say I was really impressed with your video on Animal Collective. I was already a fan of the band, but your insight gave me a whole new dimension of appreciation. Thanks so much. Yeah, I love them. I mean, I love them so much, and it was fun to do that. And it was definitely something I was like, yeah, how's this going to go? Whatever, let's just sweat. We don't need that in the background. Okay, so what else was I? Oh yeah, so yeah, Animal Collective. AV Terror and Panda Bear came out with a new song recently, and I mean, part of it is really good, but the chorus is like, they changed the time signature, and it's so experimental, and it's like, I love experimental stuff, but I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, I love I Think You Should Leave. Yep, Simply Snaps. You may recognize that time period. So yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I don't know. It's interesting. YouTube is such a specific space. Let me see what else I can talk about before we get into the fun, weird playlist that I have of videos. So basically, I have this playlist that we're gonna watch of videos that are just like weird in some way, but they're all weird in different ways. So yeah, that'll be fun. Okay. Anything else? Oh yeah, this we could talk about before we get into that. So this is me on my Breaking Bad video. Wacky Jim in the chat. Sorry, I still haven't done a rock stacking video in a long time. Which, yeah, let me suggest that if anyone wants it. Rock Stacking League. Is that right? Is that a link? That's not a link. Oh wait, let me unpin this message. Streaming's kind of chill. I gotta say, streaming is kind of chill if you think about it, because you're just kind of hanging out, doing nothing, and that's kind of nice. Only been a sub for a few months, but you quickly became a top tier channel for me. Love your videos and how healthy your approach to being a YouTuber seems to be. Congrats on the 50K, man. Thanks. That's awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate that. I mean, it's easy to have a healthy relationship with like a creative pursuit when you have a day job. So I do think that helps me a lot, and I would generally recommend to artists and creative people of all kinds to keep your day job unless you calculate it's a good decision not to, because it does allow me to just have a healthy relationship with YouTube, make videos when I want to. And part of the reason I'm not so hot on streaming is it can become unhealthy. I don't know. People stream way too much. You shouldn't stream that often. You should take breaks. Your audience doesn't need to hang with you that often. And if you need it for the money, I get that, but it's just, I've talked about this before. So so what I did was I went through the Breaking Bad videos comments and I searched the word segments. Okay. So we could look at what people think about segments. People really digging segments. I just wanted to kind of get a read on what people... Okay, someone says not enough segments. Personally, I quite like segments. A lot of people like segments. I just wanted to get a read on how people feel. Oh, this person's calling me out. Segments are fantastic when they're time-stamped. I like that. Yeah, I didn't, I definitely intentionally didn't timestamp the stuff in the Breaking Bad video. I get, like, I'm telling you, I'm going to timestamp this stream happily. I like timestamping. I timestamp the podcast now. I like it. It's not about the work. The video is supposed to be unwieldy. I like that it's excessive. I like that it's disorienting, and I don't want to timestamp it. And also, other people timestamp it if you find in the, comments, but no, I don't think it's necessary. I like that it's unwieldy and you have to be like, why am I watching this video? You know what I mean? So let's look at more comments. Segments. I love the segments. Thank you for checking in. I like line segments. A lot of people like oh, okay, hold on. This person does not like segments. I have an unhealthy and demeaning relationship with segments. This is so good, like for getting engagement. Wow, how many are there? More segments? Wait. 2 segments. People like segments. Pure hype for this video. Woo, segment. Yeah, so a lot of fans of segments. Just wanted to kind of highlight that. I think that's an important aspect of things, segments. The podcast has segments. I'm just going to keep plugging the podcast because it is the only content I do. Like nowadays, if you do want to hear my voice and you like my voice and stuff, like, I do the podcast, the Verbal Journal podcast. I don't know why the links. Let me, I can link it, I guess. But you already know. Most of you people already know probably. Why is it not in my YouTube history? Okay, hold on. So if you don't know about the podcast, go check it out. Normalize don't quit your day job as positive creative advice. Exactly. And I remember a creative writing teacher saying that in college. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's good advice. Obviously. So I will say I intentionally balance my professional work with creative work. And I do intentionally, I'm lucky enough to have control over how many clients I take on and stuff like that. It's not perfect control. Things can change. A client I meet with monthly might decide they want to meet weekly. Someone I used to meet with might reach out and say, oh, we got to meet, and I'll prioritize meeting with them. But I can say I don't, want to work with new clients, and I need, to just keep things as they are for a while. And that allows me to have control over my workload. And I do that so that I'm not quitting my day job, but I'm not trying to make my day job take over my creative time as well. So, but yeah, it's like, also, I mean, having a cool job is nice. Like it's hard to find a job that you like, but if you find a job you like, that's cool. Like it's cooler than, in some ways it's cooler than just being an artist. I really do think that. Like if I meet someone and I'm like, I'm an artist, they're like, okay, you better be like really famous or else you're independently wealthy and you're just calling yourself an artist. And so if I'm like, oh, I'm a therapist or I'm a, social worker, then it's like, oh, that's cool. Okay. You contribute to society, Snap says, can I say I ferociously fought behind the scenes for timestamps in the Breaking Bad video, even if it's a lie? I want your audience to like me more. Okay. I'm glad you said it's a lie, because at first I skimmed that comment and I was like, really? I was like, I must have shot that down quickly because I don't even remember that. Yeah, you can say that for sure. Do you timestamp your video, Snaps? I'm not against it. I think it's totally fine. I just want it to be, annoying, basically. 7. I just lost my job a week ago. Damn. I hope you find a good one and a better one. It's tough out there. Yeah, I'm very lucky to, I got help from my parents getting a master's and stuff and being able to work at a job where I could support myself independently. I never could have gotten here without a lot of luck and fortune. Okay, maybe before we get to the WTF playlist, let's look at the comments on the community post I read. Because, we're going to get into fun, silly stuff, but, it could be good, like, to just read what people, because I made a post and I said, hey, I'm going to do a live stream. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments. So let's see what people said. Hold up. Let me pull that up. Blop, bleep, bloop, blop, bleep, bloop, blop, bleep, bloop, blop, bleep. Okay, so I get a text. It's not important, I don't think, but okay. So here we go. So let's check out what people said. Should we sort by top? Let's sort by new. Kind of keep it democratic. Okay. So it's not sorted by top. I don't care how you voted. Wait, that's not democratic to not care how people voted. That's not democratic. I think it is. I think it is democratic. Have you ever watched Hannibal? The premise is that a man named Will has the ability to fully empathize and understand serial killers, making him great for catching them. The feds use him, of course, to catch as he himself ends up obtaining these desires himself, along with the guilt of crimes. Well, interesting. Feds sign him up with Hannibal Lecter, who is Will's therapist. Cannibal uses Will as his pet lab. Okay, spoiler alert. No, I'm just kidding. That does sound very interesting. No, I've never seen it. That sounds very interesting. Ever consider doing Moral Oral? It's a great show. I assume they mean doing as in like making a video about. I'm not going to have intercourse with Moral Oral because I understand that that's an animated character. And obviously, you know, some things are just not okay. So Moral Oral I've heard good things about, but I don't know much about it. I think it's a good show I remember hearing good things about it, and I like your avatar, by the way. But I perform Moral Oral daily. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about it. It's probably a good one to talk about on the channel, but I don't know anything about it. Do you think Saul would love me? Do I think Saul would love you? Let's check out your channel. 24 subscribers, kind of a cool, fantastical horse situation. Tumblr, that's a good sign. Speed painting. And yeah, I think Saul would love you for sure. Or he would like you. I don't know if Saul is capable of love. I think Jimmy is capable of love. I think Saul, maybe by the end of season 5, but I don't know. He might like you, I would say. What is something you would love to talk about but haven't talked about on the channel yet? Great question. Remove. Hide user from channel. Report. Report. Good question. That's such a good question. I mean, there are probably a bunch of things. One thing is I actually love baseball, and I watch a lot of baseball, and so I was like trying to think about why I love baseball so much and sort of like aspects of the sport and the experience of watching the sport. That would be kind of fun to talk about. I did a post a month or two ago about like international law and my amateur take on that. It would be good to do something about that. I do find that very interesting and worthwhile. Like just exploring in my mind kind of what I think that should be like. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's good for now. There's definitely other stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's good for now. But listen to the podcast also if you want, because I talk about a lot of stuff there. Do you go to therapy yourself? Is it with a therapist you do not know personally or a professional colleague, perhaps? Do you psychoanalyze yourself as you're speaking the therapy? Do you analyze the therapist's techniques while you are the client? Interesting to think about the perspective of the therapist going to therapy. Definitely. So I do go to therapy myself. I mean, I don't go all the time. I'm actually currently about to start up going again with the same person I went to previously. I think you definitely have to go to therapy if you're a therapist. You don't have to go all the time, but you definitely have to know what it's like for sure. And also therapy is just beneficial. Everyone should try it. I mean, it's just talking, at the end of the day. So wait, hold on. Is my sweat visible on the stream? Not too bad. Okay, cool. By the way, let me know if there's any technical issues. I think it's good and the audio seems good and everything seems good, but always feel free to let me know. I do go to therapy, but I think it's fine to take breaks and so on. It's with a therapist I do not know personally and not a professional colleague. And I would never, ideally you don't want to have any entangling relationships with your therapist. You don't want your therapist to know one of your family members or your friends. It's not the end of the world if they do, but that's not like a reason to work with someone. I wouldn't think that's like something to overlook and be like, okay, it's whatever, no big deal. Do I psychoanalyze myself as I'm speaking to the therapist? Yeah, totally. Totally. I totally do. And and do I think about the therapist techniques? For sure. And I would, it's tough for my therapist because I think they have to be aware that if they do anything too cliche, like how does that make you feel or something, I might be like, hey, that's too cliche. But in reality, a lot of that cliche and simple and kind of classic therapy stuff is kind of useful. So I try not to overthink it too much. And it's healthy to just be like, look, I'm just another person. In my mind, I'll just tell myself, I don't need anything special just because I'm a therapist. I just, have to not overthink it too much, basically. But yeah, it's a challenge. It's not easy to not overthink it. And as I've worked with clients who themselves are helping professionals. It adds a little pressure because you're like, whoa, they like know what I'm doing, and they can like understand what I'm doing. But in general, I always want my clients to know what I'm doing, and I don't want there to be much mystery necessarily. So like, it's good to have the client know a ton about therapy as well. It can't really hurt. Would you say, I'm just going to the chat now, would you say you're a uniquely difficult client as a therapist? Would you take on a client that's also a therapist? I would say I'm probably slightly difficult I'm probably difficult, but also easy because I'm doing a lot of the analysis myself. So I don't know. Would I take on a client that's also a therapist? Yes. And what if they were a therapist of 30 years? Would you be intimidated? I would be intimidated, but I'd take them on anyways. And why not? Succession would be great for you to analyze, wouldn't it? This was definitely a question. Yeah, I'd be super down for Succession. I just don't watch it. You know what I mean? And I don't watch Sopranos. I know I said I'd be down to check out Sopranos, and I still am in theory. I don't see it happening anytime soon, if I'm being totally honest. I just don't really want to watch a new show. I don't really care too much about watching a new show. And when I'm painting, I like to have stuff that I can listen to, but not necessarily watch. Question, do you think I am cool? Yes. Let's check out your channel just to make sure. Oh, shit. They do, like, claymation and stuff. Oh, okay. Okay, everyone subscribe to this person. CFMCA. Yeah, I think you're cool. Cool. So happy to see a community post. Been rewatching a ton of your videos. Thanks. Seen any good movies lately? No, I actually haven't seen movies for so long. I never see movies. I honestly don't know what the last movie I saw was. I think it might have been I had a friend chill with me a while ago and we watched Paul Blart Mall Cop and I talked about it on the podcast. I don't even know if I've seen a movie since then. Have I literally not seen a movie since then? What do I listen to while I paint? I like to listen to comedy podcasts of a variety of types. And Snap says, I think what people don't understand is you're not a television drama analysis channel. You're an artist who became passionate about a specific show and you said everything you wanted to say. Thank you, Snaps. That is totally accurate. And I do like talking about media, but yeah, that is the thing where people assume I'm a media analysis channel, and I'm just not consistent enough to be an anything channel. This is very specific, but you once were talking about biographies versus autobiographies and said you didn't like autobiographies, and I was wondering why. Do memoirs count as the same thing? I was just talking about in comparison. I think autobiographies are still really cool, and memoirs are still really cool. And one of the ones I did read was a memoir by Francois Guillot, who lived with Pablo Picasso and had 2 kids with him, and she was a painter herself. She was 40 years younger than Pablo Picasso when they were together. She was 20 and he was 60. He's a extremely horrible person. He's dead now. But she's very cool, and her memoir is very cool. I just personally like the third person aspect of biographies, and I like the sort of more maybe critical way that they go about talking about the subject. Let me, hold on. Okay, cool. Yeah, the AC doesn't mess with the audio too much. So that was mostly me saying that autobiographies don't give you that same oomph of like a third person critical perspective, but they're still super valuable. But I love biographies. Yeah, right now I'm reading a sort of multiple biography about the women of the abstract expressionist movement: Lee Krasner, Elaine de Kooning, Helen Frankenthaler, Grace Hardigan, and Joan Mitchell. It's mostly been about Lee Krasner and Elaine de Kooning so far. But it's really fascinating, and I love reading about artists. It's been all biographies about artists and painters. And the memoir was really cool about, Picasso. But, it's just interesting to read about people's lives and their internal lives and stuff behind the scenes. Have you seen Mr. Robot? You know what? I don't think I have, actually. I don't think I have. Wait. Mr. Robot. No, I have not. Oh, I like him, though. Rami Malek. No. That doesn't even look familiar, but I've heard of the name. A vigilante hacker. Cool. I would check it out. Yeah, Françoise Guillot was awesome. Her memoir was great. And her art is better than Picasso's, in my opinion. Okay, I have noticed that media analysis tends to have a very individualized frame of reference. Why did this character do that? What was she feeling, etc.? Stories are broken down into individual perspectives, but I've found your analysis to be extremely refreshing because you focus on the relationships between people. That's so cool and interesting to hear. Do you think this individual versus relationship framework of analysis has any implications for how we perceive our own reality? Do you think people would act differently if they were thought in terms of relationships? Yeah, I think that's such a good question. You should make videos, honestly, if you don't already. Yeah, you should make like video essays, because that's a great point. I don't even, like, an individual is a important concept, but it's really like a concept, and it's abstract, and what does it even mean, and where's the line between who I am and who someone else is? I saw a quote the other day that I thought was so good. Apparently it's from the Bible. Hold on, let me look it up. Here we go. Proverbs 27:17. Usually I'm more of an Old Testament person. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another, or something. I don't know. The version I read was a man sharpens his face on the face of other men, or something. I don't know. But, who we are is determined in part by our relationships with each other, and how we understand ourselves to be influences who we are, and that itself is built off how we relate to each other. So, yeah, I don't know. I appreciate this person saying I do a good job with it. I don't know necessarily, but I definitely try to understand the individual as almost a social construct in a sense, but also a very important one. I think of myself as a very individualistic person, but that doesn't mean that I am separate from other people. It's more like how you interpret and incorporate your influences that can be individualized. I guess it's like being an individual is more about like how you exist than like who or what you are, I guess. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you could make another multi-part series on a show, what would be next? What would you do differently about it? Okay, multi-part series on a show. I'm going to be honest, like I definitely don't have that in my mind as something I want to do. So yeah, it's never really occurred to me. But I would maybe do it about, it would probably have to be a drama. It's not like I could do it about like, I think you should leave or something. But what would be a good show to do that on? Maybe Better Call Saul. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's a great question. Another show that I would want to do a multi-part series on. I mean, Adventure Time. I haven't even seen all the episodes, but that would probably be interesting. Oh, I know. I know, but I don't want to say because I don't want people to spoil it, and I, for some reason, haven't finished it. What would I do differently about the BCS vids? There was a huge learning process for sure. And if I go back and if probably you go back and listen and watch the old ones, you'll see like so many things that you could probably tell I do better in the later videos, but it's a learning process. So there's no big deal. Does anything jump out with that? The background thing where I did backgrounds as a static image because I didn't know what else to do. And then later on in the series, I realized I could edit footage of the show for most of that and only use sort of static or somewhat static images for part of it. Maybe I would have figured that out earlier, but that was so much work. I'm glad I only did that on the later videos. The whole like almost having footage showing constantly for everything I'm talking about. That was so much work. Would you ever consider making videos about movies like Hereditary and or Midsommar? Hereditary, let me check that out because I swear I've seen that. Hold on. Nope. Haven't seen that. It reminded me of the name of like Coherence. I really like that movie, Coherence. Midsommar, so I haven't seen either one. I heard they're both really good, and I'd be super down. Congrats on 50K. And this is a verified person. Oh, hello, we're in the presence of greatness. Sneep Snorp 3D. What up, Sneep Snorp? Sneep Snorp 3D. Where have you been? Yeah, that's a good question. I've just been chilling, basically. And, doing the podcast, doing other stuff. Would you ever be open to doing more of the Better Call Saul type videos, but for other characters or series? Your channel recently become my favorite for its insightful content and thought-provoking nature. I'd love to see more of it. Thank you. Kerosene Sippy Cup, 1827. That's my birth year. Yeah, I would consider it. It's just a lot of work, so like I'd have to be like wanting to do it. As yeah. Mune Boy says, "What's the most fulfilling part of your work as a therapist?" I mean, it's not every single appointment that I'm like, "Oh, that was groundbreaking." So like when there can be something like that feels really good. When you're like, "Whoa, I really helped someone uncover something there," or like, I really helped someone put something together or figure out how they felt about something or determine a decision they wanted to make or just something clicked emotionally. That's nice. I mean, honestly, like saying goodbye to a client is such an interesting and complicated experience, but it can be so fulfilling because it's like, wow, we like, we're done here. Like you can reach back out if you want to, but like, we're done. Like we did a lot of work and like, obviously you're not perfect. No one's perfect. Life is full of stress and issues, but like, it's nice to be able to say like, okay, we did something here. And kind of reflecting on that can be nice. But basically whenever people demonstrate that they're like really benefiting from the work I'm doing with them, that's really valuable because I'm not always, perfectly confident. I critique myself a lot and try to make sure I'm doing a good enough job. And so when I feel like I've helped in any way and influenced someone to think or feel in a way that's healthier for them, that's very meaningful. Hey, Elemancy, welcome to the stream. Do you ever think your clients are annoying? Short answer, no, I don't. I don't think my clients are annoying. I think everybody can be annoying. I can certainly be annoying, but I'm not ever sitting there feeling like my clients are annoying. The simplest way to put it is like, well, also people aren't annoying. We might behave annoyingly, but I don't really think my clients are behaving annoyingly ever because like when you're working, you just think of it as you're working. You know what I mean? So it's just easy to be in a frame of mind where you're like, I'm here to help this person. They don't annoy me. I mean, like what would be annoying? Like, I guess if I'm like, I can't really think of what would be annoying. I guess someone like not listening or understanding what I'm saying or, ignoring or disregarding me. It's like, I don't care. I'm here to help as much as I can. I'm not here to take anything personally. So I'm not going to pretend I'm perfect. I mean, we can all have emotional reactions, but generally, no. I mean, I'm never feeling like my clients are annoying, and it's just easy when you know you're. It's hard to annoy me when I'm being paid, someone says in the chat. I mean, yeah, you're in the professional frame of mind, so you're just like, you know. Okay, and that's it for the community post. So great, and how are we doing on subscribers? Okay, we've only lost a few. We're still above 50K. If we drop below 50K, I'm ending the stream immediately. And I'm deleting the channel. No, I'm just kidding. But I am gonna move on to the next segment. How do we feel about that? We have 643 people watching right now. I know if you're watching on YouTube, you're like, no, it says 17, but I'm talking about I have a lot of different streams going on. There's a lot of different streams. There's a lot of moving pieces here. I'm on Rumble. I'm on Kick, obviously. I'm on I'm trying to think of more sort of like anything goes pages and websites, and I can't think of them. Ever since I watched your BCS The Artist Journey video, I wanted to know what's your definition of an artist. Thanks, it's random. I mean, an artist is someone who considers themselves an artist and makes art. I definitely try to not be too pretentious about things. An artist, anyone can be an artist if you consider yourself an artist and you make art. Does Jimmy consider himself an artist? I'm not 100% sure necessarily, but he had just so many instances of acting like an artist and seeming to consider himself an artist. I don't care whether I don't necessarily care whether someone sits down and goes, I am an artist, I just realized I never configured the break stream setup, so it's just going to be another black. No, I'll figure it out. I'll play music. When I have to pee, which will be soon. But yeah, I try to not be, too, if you want to be an artist, you're an artist, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. But yeah, someone who art is, what is art? I don't know. It's hard to describe, but you're making something that expresses something. I don't know what to say. But the way I make art, like my painting is like pretty, it's like, I guess abstract, or it's not about what I'm representing as much as the process of painting. So, to me, art is more about how you do things than what you're doing, I guess, as I said about, I forget what I said that about before. Yeah. I couldn't be a therapist, could not take responsibility for people. Well, you're only taking responsibility for your professional obligations. You're not literally taking responsibility for them, for other people, because people still make their own life decisions. But yes, there is a lot of responsibility involved, and you are taking on responsibility. It's just, maybe I'm doing semantics. You're not taking responsibility for those people. You're taking responsibility for fulfilling your professional obligations for those people. And it is a responsibility, for sure. My second channel, What's Art? Yeah, I mean, maybe I should, honestly, if I really want to do art stuff, because it just doesn't make sense to change too much what you're doing on your channel. I'm not stuck in a brand, but it's just not, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about how to blend things together. Should we get into the WTF playlist? What do we think? So this has been a great beginning, and I've sort of done some intro. I've talked about the channel. I've explored my mind with you all. I've let you all deep into the recesses of my cranial cavities. And why don't you all talk to each other while I pee? And I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll watch the playlist. I don't want to have to pee. You know what I mean? I'm here to relax. I'm here to have a good time. So if you're watching in the future, just fast forward. And if you're watching in the present, just chill out. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So let's see how that works. It's probably going to be a black screen, and I'll put on some music. Let's see about that. Let's see about the music situation. Could put on a Better Call Saul related tune, because I have those available. Let me find that. Okay, is that a good one? Can I play that on repeat? Okay, we'll see. Wait, what is that? Okay, we'll play that. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. You talk to each other, or something like that. Okay, bye. Wait, one sec. I'm gonna put a title on the screen so people kind of know what's going on. Hold on. Add new source. Okay. Be right back, y'all. Chill, please. Okay, so that's good. Let's do that. And I know the music's not on yet. I'm working on that, I don't really have anyone else here. Okay, bye.
And then we get this line.
How was your break, everybody? How was your break? Did we have a good time? Are we feeling good about life? How's how are we doing? So it's important to hold on, test the audio. Good. It's important to use the bathroom. I like to take a sort of political stance and say, using the bathroom is good. And I support those who do that. And I, for the people that enjoyed the song the first time and by the third time we're not enjoying it, that's part of the art. That's part of the experience. And by the way, I do still have a Stanley Cup. A lot of people were saying you should get rid of your Stanley Cup. No, I don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to. So it's awesome. It's awesome to get back from a bathroom break and immediately drink so much water that the audience is just like, come on, dude. Seriously? Like, it's almost like it's like the most offensive thing you could probably do as a live streamer. Just living on the edge. This is going to be fun. If you've watched so far and you're like, this is the 50K live stream, this was like all intro. This was supposed to be, we were supposed to be doing more fun stuff this whole time. This was the boring part, basically. That we just got, that was the 8th time. That we just got out of the way. Okay. Does anyone else in here live stream or make videos? I'm curious. Let me know in the chat. I know Snaps. I know you make amazing videos. Snaps makes amazing video essays. If y'all like my video essays, but you're also a gamer, yo, check out Snaps. Also, she live streams. Does anyone else live stream or make videos here? It's just interesting. It gives you perspective on the content you consume. Okay. I don't know why I'm hesitating, all this time. Let's, what do we got here? The doc. Okay, it's time for the WTF playlist. So, this is a play. You remember this. If you watched my 40K stream, should I pull that up as a way of introduction? Hold on. Let me pull up my own previous stream just to kind of orient you into what you're experiencing right now. You know what I mean? Oh, that was good. You know what I mean is a good replacement for basically. Oh, I see what's going on. So this was me previously. Okay, we could have gotten a better snapshot than that, right? There something like that where he's just like kind of, okay, he's like dabbing or something. I don't know. So this was 10 months ago, 40,000 subscribers. I'm watching, this is my WTF playlist, but this is a whole new version, So where did it end? It ended there. I don't think we're going to be repeating. See, we ended the stream without 40,000 subscribers. So that's not a mistake we're making this time. And you live and you learn. People can change, right? So this is me now. That's me then. That's so crazy. I'm pointing the wrong way. That's me then. I'm pointing that way. Oh wait, that still looks like the right way to you. Elemancy's streaming. Cool. That's cool. I feel like I noticed your avatar is different now. I like it though. It's very cool. I like faces that are like that with the mouth just like. That's how I am a lot. Okay, so this is the WTF playlist in the past. Okay, we went through a long WTF playlist. Well, this is the first video in the current WTF playlist. Okay, so are you ready? Wait, zoom out. Hold on. There we go.
We scientists who release this immense power have overwhelming responsibility in this world life and death struggle to harness atom.
So this is hold on, sorry, I'm testing the audio while I'm working here. I'm the director and the producer. Hold on. I'm the whole thing here, and I have to be the talent too. Wish I could get someone else to be the talent at least. Okay, good. The audio is good. They're colorizing this video, basically. They're colorizing it. We got Saul in the chat. Great to see you again. Was wondering what your next grade series was gonna be on. Me too. But I do have some stuff eventually, but not series. Series is what's the plural of series? So this is a colorized video. So they took a black and white video and using AI, artificial intelligence, they colorized it. I have not watched this video. I just thought it was a funny title. Albert Einstein said, "I agree." So let's watch it again from the beginning.
We scientists who release this immense power have overwhelming responsibility in this world life and death struggle to harness atom for benefit of mankind and not for mankind's destruction. We beg you to support our efforts to bring realization to America that mankind's destiny is being decided today, now, this moment. We ask your help in this fateful moment as sign that we scientists do not stand alone.
I agree.
Okay. That was pretty funny. So that was pretty funny. I guess I just didn't know what to expect there, but that's what that was. He just said, "I agree." I guess he just understands, like, that's all they need from me. They just are wondering whether I agree with what they're saying. But they're talking about the atomic bomb in that video. Right? I mean, they must be talking about the atomic bomb. And that's... yeah. Should we take a second to think about the atomic bomb? What do we think? I do the water chugging thing, but with beer. I go, should we talk about the atomic bomb? And then I drink the entire beer. That would be a funny joke. I should have done it, maybe. Nah, I don't need to do that. It's a little excessive. Personally, if I had to say what I genuinely think is like the most good candidate for like the meaning of life or like the purpose of like how we should, or like the purpose we should live based on in a form that could be summarized. And I think about this sometimes, and I sort of got it from that book, Denial of Death, that I talk about in the Better Call Saul Part 6, The Artist's Journey video. And I have some criticisms of the book, but the author Ernest Becker sort of put forward something that clicked for me, which is like, and I'm not going to say it in the terms he said it, but it's like, you know, life is full of so much stress and suffering that we're always like experiencing that and being around other people that are experiencing stress and suffering. And, you know, we obviously can't make it better for everyone all the time, professionally or personally. And like, we can't necessarily try to do that. But if you're going to say like what the purpose of life is, it seems like being able to make sense of the world on your own level, and then also to kind of like contain suffering in the world, or like it's something to do with like the word being, and he capitalizes it in the book and so on. But as I'm just trying to interpret it and say what it clicked with for me about or whatever, is like imagine like what's the best type of person you can imagine. Like what's like the absolute best type of person? If you want to like imagine like the best person you know, like what does that even mean? They're not like the freaking fastest runner and the strongest lifter. You know what I mean? Like they're probably the most like ethical, and they have the best character, and they're very humane, and they're effective at the same time and able to function, but probably in ways that are, in ways that contain and get around the issues and problems in reality and in our world. So I know this is an abrupt change, but I'm just saying this to say like, this is all an introduction to say like, a lot of the videos in this playlist are silly and stuff and stupid, but like it's worth thinking about the atomic bomb. You know what I mean? Because like you and I, we're better people if we can be able to think about the fact that atomic bombs exist. And they didn't always exist. And I mentioned earlier, I'm reading a book now about the abstract expressionist movement, and specifically the women, but the movement in 1930s, 40s, 50s. The atomic bomb was first dropped in August 1945? To get unconditional surrender from the Japanese, who were already going to surrender, just not unconditionally. Hundreds of thousands of people dying instantly. And then after, what was it? 100 or 200,000 instantly. In Hiroshima, and then Nagasaki was even stronger. Like, it's right? Or do I have some of the details wrong? I think that's how, and that changed the entire world in a sense. And like, we're not better off living with that knowledge completely out of our minds. It shouldn't be in our minds. Like, dwelling is like having it too close to the center, but if you can have it on the peripheries, you're better off for it, because like the more we can contain, this is what it is. It's like the more reality you can contain, and the more reality you can let flow through you. Maybe this sounds like spiritual or something, and like it is, I guess. But like it's real too. Like, if reality is a thing that if we use the word reality, we're talking about everything and real life and stuff that happens. And the more of that you can experience and express and understand and not accept, you don't have to accept it, but you have to accept it into your perception of reality, and then you're enriched for it, and then you can. You need to do it on a basis also of what allows you to function too, though. You can't just expose yourself to things and destroy your ability to function. It's a back and forth of functioning and, filling yourself in on the dysfunction, I guess. But basically, it's worth touching on. I don't care, whatever. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not trying to be necessarily deep. I'm just telling you, like, as much as it's worth, like, if we're going to talk about anything, that's a real idea that I think about sometimes. And like, that's, I think, something. And so, it's worth talking about. I'm so defensive. So, yeah. Let's just see what the chat says. Does the looming threat of instant death make us better or just more depressed people? Yeah, we need to make sure it doesn't make us more depressed people. Because realistically, we need to be like, look, there's not going to be an atom bomb dropped probably tomorrow. But it's crazy that it exists. It's a real thing that exists, and it's fucking crazy. And it's like, wow. So we should be aware of that. But I see it as a challenge. Can you take in the horribleness of the world and still be not optimistic necessarily, but like realistically optimistic and like pragmatic and like, okay, fine. And I'm a person in this world and I deserve to be happy regardless of what exists, regardless of the genocide, the war, and the potential genocide and war. You know, regardless of everything that's going on, like I do not make Palestinians get their land back by being unable to function in my life. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, and I feel like it makes me a smarter, better person to be able to try to take in all the pain and suffering that is real. Like, literally, you know, we all live on stolen land, probably a lot of us. So it's like, is it bad to think about that? No. Is it corny for meetings to start with a land acknowledgement? Sure. But it's real, you know? And so, yeah. I think it's good to know about that. Know about things and try to make sense of them. Hey, I really like your channel. I know about your channels because of your Breaking Bad video. Very well done on your milestone. Thank you. I appreciate it. How are we doing so far? Are we still over the edge here? Yes! Yes! How did the bombings influence humanity afterwards? Asking for a friend of a friend, in your opinion, legally speaking. Yeah, I mean, I was just reading this biography, and it was just talking about, it was biographies of the abstract expressionists, and it was talking about the bombings happening, and basically it takes place in New York. It's talking about the art world, and it's talking about how people were celebrating the end of the war, and like because Germany surrendered, right? And so people are celebrating that, and I think Hitler killed himself, right? And like, so Germany surrenders, or however it worked, you know, whatever the order of events was. But then, you know, then these bombs were dropped and people, you know, were kind of making sense of them and shocked at first. And then it becomes clear what's going on. But people, it also seemed like people were so happy the war is over that kind of changes how people think. And obviously there's this propaganda. They had to be dropped, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. I mean, ask yourself this. What would justify a sibling of yours murdering you? Because I think the answer is nothing. You know what I mean? I think the answer is nothing. And I think on that same logic, there's nothing in the world that justifies dropping an atom bomb and even murdering anyone. You know, there's just nothing that justifies it except self-defense. That's the only thing that justifies it. And in the strictest possible understanding of what self-defense means. So, you know, Truman ordered the atom bombs dropped, right? Like, was he a horrible person who had no moral compass? Like, or did he somehow have this amazing amount of denial? He also hated modern art at the time as well. He has a famous quote about how much he hates the advanced art of his time that would make America an absolute powerhouse of the art world and completely change art history. So good job, Truman, on that one. A lot of these videos, as you probably see from the next Daddy Chill, what the hell is even that? You know, like most of these videos will not be about the atom bomb and will not involve me having to talk about my perspective on what the meaning of life is and the purpose of life. But I'm just gonna, you know, we literally have 152 videos in this playlist. That's not a joke. That is literally 152 videos. My opinion on Jung is like I'm sure he has a lot of very good insights. I definitely don't trust people who like make their whole life's work to be like working in Jung's footsteps. I think that's strange, and you know, no one should do that with any one thinker. But I think Jung, you know, has a lot of insights. I'm sure. I haven't read a ton of his stuff. I read his book about synchronicity, or most of it. It was interesting. He tries to tackle a very like difficult, impossible subject: the experience of synchronicity, the experience of coincidences, and so on. Hey, what's therapy? Do you think people with mental issues should go to therapy? Yes, I do. And I think people without mental issues should go to therapy. Hopefully it's not too expensive. It's just talking to someone. You just find someone you talk to. You should also journal and write and try to work on your issues. But so let's move on to the next logical point here in the playlist. Okay?
You're trespassing on my property. Get the hell out of my yard.
JT, let me have this house.
JT let you have my house.
Yes.
My shed.
I want it.
You're trespassing on my property. You didn't win in my yard.
Wait.
All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that? Get everybody out of my yard.
So the funny thing about that is
You're trespassing on my...
this, as the first time I watched it and every time now, it reminds me of a very specific experience from my adolescence. Like, I was like 17 and I remember being at a friend's house and their dad getting really mad at us for being there. And it's probably something a lot of people have experienced, but I remember I don't know if there was a reason. Maybe my friend's like younger brother was having like a birthday party, so their dad like didn't want us around, and we were like smoking cigarettes probably, and like, I don't know, just being like outside, but I don't remember. We must have done something wrong. Not to victim blame myself, but I feel like we did something wrong. But this reminds me exactly of that situation. It's just like the outdoor sort of vibe is exactly like that situation. So to have this person, this is so epic.
Passing on my property. You didn't win in my yard. All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
I'm sure many of you have seen that before, but that's just so good. What the hell is even that? Oh my god. Okay, let's watch the next video. And the friend's trying to this friend is like, don't say daddy chill to this guy. Okay, let's watch the next one.
Let's go.
Why is it not, why can't we see the, okay. Why is it not, are you kidding me? Yeah. What is this? The freaking aspect ratio is wrong? YouTube can have the aspect ratio be wrong on a video? What? What is this, amateur hour? Anyways, this is the video we're watching. I guess they asked Chris Martin to sing The Scientist, the Coldplay song, right? Backwards. And then someone reversed him singing it backwards. Are you still with me, chat? I see we're down to 7,000 viewers, so I'm just making sure we're still... Is this still engaging? Because usually when we drop below 10K, I'm usually a little bit worried. I'm like, kind of, okay, are we good? Okay, let's check this out.
Okay, let me remember. So this is a bit of the chorus, right?
Okay.
Ja, stug strep me og ma. Yo, super es me oan. Ezi sug me esi.
Oh, they must have been talking about it, and he must have been like, oh, I one time was listening to it backwards, and then they asked him to sing it. So he's doing a really good job, I feel like. Or we'll find out if he's doing a good job. Kind of sounds like Hebrew. Like the tonal aspect of it also sounds like Hebrew.
Yo super es me oan. Ezi sug me esi abuan. Yo use e polemuk. Comelo e ezui oi. Now by sempre se.
Oh, that's...
Now I'm pseudo pusoi. I'm going to good sides.
Wow, he really got the no one said it'd be easy. This glorious playlist is privated, so you can only find it here on this live stream. Hello, swoosh. Content. Oh, isn't it the music video that was performed backwards? Thank you, Elemancy. That's the type of thing I would do research into if I wanted to make this better. So thank you. And that's the good thing about chat, and good thing we have 7,000 people here, so people can kind of fill me in on details like that. So, no one said it'd be easy. Coldplay. I mean, come on. We all have a soft spot for Coldplay, right? Come on. This is so 90s or early 2000s. What the hell? He's got freaking writing on his hand. What, did he just come from homeroom? Like, what is going on? Okay.
Could you give us some of your political beliefs?
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism. Eat.
Okay. So I'm going to be honest. I know this is from something famous, and I know that this person is famous, Pink Flamingos. I don't know anything about it. I just saw this online. But we're going to watch it again. And just because this is politics. I like to talk about politics.
Could you give us some of your political beliefs?
Kill everyone now. Condone first.
So let's be clear. She starts saying kill everyone now before the mic has even been brought back to her face. Like that is amazing. And yeah, this playlist only gets better, by the way. If you think you know what's coming, you have no idea. I wish I could get rid of this. I mean, this doesn't tell you anything unless you speak Mandarin. But, I wish I could get rid of this box on the bottom, which I can't without letting you see the title and channel name. But even with you seeing it, you have no idea what's going to come after it. You know what I mean? So I try to think of it that way to make myself okay. By the way, I didn't say this before. I was so concerned that no one would watch this stream because I posted it and I was like, is this even going out to people? But that being said, I chose the thumbnail is not the most attractive thing. So it's understated, I would say.
Beliefs.
Kill
Okay, let's watch that again.
Could you give us some of your political beliefs?
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism. Eat shit. Filter my politics.
So that's amazing. Yeah, okay. So next, this is a weird one. You may have seen this. I've seen this. I just saw this randomly. So I don't know. Maybe it's not real. This old lady is crossing the street. This is horror. It sucks that she drops stuff. And he's like, hey, maybe we should help that old lady. Now she's like, oh no. She's like, no, let's help that old lady. And he's like, no, let's not. For some ridiculous reason. Now there's a cat involved. She's like, let me go, dude. And the cat's worried. Now she's helping the lady with the stuff. What a fucking great move. And he's just like making a fool of himself. Finally moving. And something huge falls. And they're all just completely struck. And he kisses the lady on the head and seems like he's humbled, hopefully. Wow. Deus ex machina. Wow. And he picks up some of the fruit. That's like, you can't even write that. That's why I'm like, is this real? I mean, it basically would have hit him. And he's like being so stubborn, for some, he's fighting with his partner for some stupid reason. Oh my god. And then she finally gets him to move, and he softens up and he moves, and the cat's there, and then the freaking thing falls. That's just so powerful. When I saw that, I was like, that's going on the WTF playlist. You know what I mean? That's got to be shown to the people. What do we think? What does this mean? You know what I mean? Any Mandarin wait, is that? That's Mandarin, but why does this looks like Japanese? Why does it look like Mandarin on the left side and Japanese on the right side? Hold on. That's weird. Am I totally wrong about that? Oh. I just translated it and it says too much information. Too much information. It's Japanese. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought it was Mandarin. My mistake. I mean, Japanese is obviously based off of Mandarin, but this is obviously Japanese, and I thought these were Mandarin characters. I'm sure there's some linguistic reason why I was thinking that. Okay, next up, white man laughing 1 hour, relaxing noise for sleep, study, meditate. By the way, these all just were things YouTube suggested to me. I did not go searching for these things. I don't know what this is. These videos are exclusively advertisements for Plum Corp clothing, Randall Times. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. You don't actually get to say that. That's not true. These videos are not exclusively advertisements for Plum Corp clothing, Randall. Okay? No, that's not what these videos are. This video is performance art. This is not an advertisement. This is not an advertisement for clothing. Yeah, this reminds me too of the guy who smiles for hours, but I have to be honest, I think there's a difference because the guy who smiles for hours is, I think, sort of meditating. And it's a little bit less performative than this. This is like, I mean, the 0 to 60, 60 to 0, 0 to 60, it's like, to be able to sustain a smile for hours, and if I remember, I just checked the smile guy briefly a while ago, but he seemed like I remember being like, why does that feel like a genuine smile? So this obviously is more performative. I mean, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. You're telling me this is an advertisement for your clothing? How you doing? It's really not funny, man. I was actually asking how you're doing because I'm kind of wondering. Like, you've seemed weird lately. Like, weird. Like, really weird. Like, super off and just in your own world, kind of. And I mean, I literally don't know why that was funny at all to you. Like, I'm trying to get through to you. Seriously? Like, actually, seriously. Can you look me in the eye right now and just... Hey, man, you've honestly changed. Like, we used to be able to talk. I feel like it's been so long since I even heard you talk. That's funny to you, too? Is this all a big joke to you? Like, I'm trying to just be real, and I don't feel that kind of reciprocity from you. I mean, certainly not lately. None of what I've said has been funny. You know what I mean? Like, none of what I've said. Not the beginning, not the middle, not the end, not what I'm saying right now. So please do not laugh again. Please. I mean, what's going on, though? Are they really a clothing company? Like, what's...
Don't play with shit.
I mean, what are you talking about? What? Wow. That's a very interesting channel. I mean, it is funny that they said white man, right? It was like white man laughing. Like, if they didn't say white, it would just feel kind of different. It's funny that they mentioned he's white. Okay. Cool. Great. So I think that's good.
I was singing. Wait.
you are, for instance, when we were here before, you know what? I mean,
I didn't watch this before. I haven't watched most of these before. I did not realize he was beatboxing that well.
all the things ever printed in the tabloid, the only thing's ever been true is when they said I couldn't dance. When we were here the last time shooting the commercial,
Why is she still talking? What happened before this that she's like fighting with Michael Jackson? I mean, I know that what he's doing is ridiculous, but why is she continuing to talk over him? That's just weird.
were like in between shots running on.
Like what he's doing is very weird. I'm not trying to take sides, but it just seems like if it was your job and you were interviewing, you would just let him be weird.
Conceiving the dance, choreographing the dance. You were up all night dancing.
Yeah, she should have given up way before that. That was like 20 seconds of talking over him. He's also good at beatboxing.
Yeah. And when you are, for instance, when we were here.
Like, he would stop quicker if she wasn't talking, is my opinion.
Which UK political party shares its name with a collective noun for moles?
So this is from a game show. Which UK political party shares its name with a collective noun for moles? Okay. So if you know your UK political parties, which one of them do you think shares its name with a collective noun for moles? Okay, formulate that in your mind right now.
You can pass this to Alice if you're not sure.
I am not 100% certain, so I'm going to pass it to Alice, I think.
Right, Alice.
Everybody got their idea? UK political party shares its name with a collective noun for moles. And this is one I've watched before, which is why I'm framing it so professionally and well. UK political party, collective noun for moles. I think we all know what it is, right?
We're looking for a UK political party that shares its name with a collective noun for moles.
For some reason, Liberal Democrats is shouting out to me.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
If she was joking right there, like that was the funniest thing ever, but I just have a hard time believing it. She says liberal Democrats. She thinks liberal Democrats is a name for a collective noun for moles. So let's watch that one more time.
Alice, I think.
Right, Alice. We're looking for a UK political party that shares its name with a collective noun for moles.
For some reason, Liberal Democrats is shouting out to me.
Okay.
I'm not sure why. I think I'm going to go with Liberal Democrats and hope for the best.
I think it was Tories, right? Am I wrong about that? Let's just double check to make sure. I mean, obviously, she's got to be joking, right? Like, how could liberal Democrats be a collective noun for moles? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, a labor of moles? Oh, I'm an idiot. I said Tories. I just figured it was the only other one I knew. That's okay. That's okay that I'm wrong. I mean, a labor of moles is awesome, but a liberal Democrats is even better. Okay, it's a labor of moles. Is that true? Or they're not joking, right? I can't. So she could have said like a liberal, a liberal of moles. Like that would have been ridiculous, but how could it have been a liberal Democrat of moles? That's too specific.
I'm going to go with
UK political party. I mean, I guess Labour doesn't, get enough power, so I didn't even think of them. So that's the UK's fault that I was wrong about that. Let's see the next video. So this is a famous YouTube video, Steamed Hams, because it's from The Simpsons and people like to edit it and do weird versions of it. This is a version where every frame, instead of sorted by chronology of the steamed hams being served, it's sorted by pitch of that frame. Pitch. The pitch. Low to high. You know what I mean? Like pitch. So it's sorted by pitch. Let's check it out. I found this and it was very cool. Thank you, Tommy. I subscribed. Y'all should too. You know, I don't have time to link everyone in the chat. Let me link this one at least, though. I don't have time to link everyone in the chat. Oh, hold on. Where do I have the chat? But, like, you know, y'all can look it up if you know. All right, so check this out. Steamed hams sorted by pitch. Oh, is it high to low? Oh, I mean, I should probably say like epilepsy warning. Sorry, I totally didn't even think of that. Yeah, if you have issues with flashing images or lights, probably good to not watch for like 10 minutes. And then be careful, because I'm not sure when it stops. No, they didn't just cut it and claimed it by pitch. It's going up. I just forgot how this works. It's going up. You'll notice. It's beautiful. They really did it. You'll notice. Beautiful. It's amazing. You know the shepherd's tone? Kind of like the shepherd's tone, if you know about that, where it's just this continually rising tone. This is beautiful. This is what technology should be used for. This is like a great art piece made out of art. I mean, if you took this audio and added like a bunch of delay and echo and reverb to it, it would be so beautiful and you could meditate to it. Not to mention, it is actually rhythmic because it's cut by frames. So it does have a rhythm to it if you're used to listening to like Square Pusher and Aphex Twin, you know what I mean? You can almost hear it. So yeah, it's a little confusing why there are multiple tones, but it's probably because there are multiple tones within a frame, and then we're going on like the higher tone, because we're still hearing like Skinner here do the lower tones while we're having the rising higher tone. So it must just be that those are like just part of it, but not what the rising tone is based off of. That's when we get beyond the human voice frequencies. Okay, next up we have steamed hams, but instead of by pitch, it's by volume. Okay, so this is important. If you're watching this and you're like, this is not fun, you know what I mean? That's not true. That's what I have to say to that. That's not true. So this is going to be important. This one is very important. We're going to watch steamed hams from quietest to loudest. A very different experience. You're gonna be like, what? This is so different. Right now we just have all the pauses. This is a different channel also. Just think about how different it is when it's sorted by volume instead of pitch. It's still got that like extremely fast rhythm, but it's got a changing pitch, whereas the other one obviously didn't. But it doesn't have as much changing volume, so it's interesting. It's beautiful. Yeah. Basically, he goes, that's the 9th, basically. He or 10th, if I count that second one. He goes over to Skinner's house and they have ham. I'll fill you in on that. We can fast forward. So yeah, I mean, it's just fun. It's sort of like cubism, but for YouTube videos, I would say. It's like a cubistic version of steamed hams. So speaking of post-cubist art, here's a YouTube video of the famous surrealist video L'Age d'Or, the Age of Gold, right? I'm not going to watch it. We're not going to watch this. I don't know why this is on the playlist. We're not going to watch this. I've never seen it, and I don't really care. It's probably good, but I don't, What are we going to... Is this the one with the eyeball being cut? This is the famous one with the eyeball being cut? No? Okay. I mean, I would watch this if we had, like, it sorted by pitch or volume. No, I might be confusing the eyeball surrealist film with something else. Well, I don't care. We're not going to watch this one. Let's watch the next video. Right ear the Bible, left ear Mozart. Who put this on the playlist?
第1章，当士师秉政的时候，国中遭遇饥荒。在犹大伯利恒，有一个人带着妻子和两。
Is this what the kids are watching nowadays? Like, is this what the youngins are watching? Do I need to watch this if I want to be hit?
儿子往摩押地去寄居。这人名叫以利米勒，他的妻名叫拿俄米。他两个儿子，一个名叫马伦，一个
This just turned me Christian.
名叫基连，都是犹大伯利。
So this is a symphony. Oh my God. So it's a graphic notation of a cat and it's a symphony. How does it turn out so beautiful? I guess because you get some variation regarding sharps and flats. I mean, you can have the dimensions slightly different and have it be beautiful notes. Wow. So keep in mind, these are videos YouTube showed me. Again, I didn't search for any of these. I'm sorry, I'm gonna fast forward. I don't know what this is. I'm sorry, I did not know this was the whole time. I thought it was like a Will Smith song or something. I didn't realize there was just AI. That's not a... Why is it... Yeah, he's been through a lot. I don't know that we need to do this. Okay, what is this? Okay, so I don't like this. I don't like this channel. I don't like prank videos in general. I like, pranks can be fun. I don't like laugh tracks. So prank videos plus laugh tracks. But I get the joke. It's funny. If you did this to a friend, it would be funny. But aren't you like, why did this stranger just sit me down to this bowl of tomato soup? Like, aren't you kind of like, what the hell is the context of this? No.
Here it comes for $500,000. Let's play.
And yes, some of the videos you'll notice are related to each other, like the steamed hams, or like the, the previous one about the UK party, the labor of freaking moles, and, now we have another game show. So it's like, because YouTube would be like, oh, he liked that other one. He saved it to his freaking playlist. So we'll show him another one. So that's why, we get stuff like this.
Which of the following characters is not considered a Pokemon? Jigglypuff?
Yo, the way his mouth just like completely lost its smile right there when it said Pokemon, he was like, what?
Is not considered a Pokemon. Jigglypuff? Frodo? Squirtle?
And look at the way he gulped when they said Frodo.
Jigglypuff? Frodo? Squirtle? Pikachu?
I mean...
I gotta use a 50-50 now, Regis.
All right.
I mean, I guess you just don't know about Lord of the Rings. Like, I don't know much about Lord of the Rings. I've seen like half of one of the movies. But I know Frodo, man. I mean...
Fine, sure, we can get that done. Computer, please take
also,
away.
like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you missed the boat on Lord of the Rings if you're on freaking this game show.
2 of the wrong answers, leaving Toby the 1 wrong answer and 1 correct, please. Not considered a Pokemon. Jigglypuff
At this point, you need to be able to use your inductive reasoning.
or Frodo? Now all the lifelines are gone. Just take your time.
That's right.
All his lifelines are gone, Elemancy. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have used as many as he had. Come on. Do you know what Pokemon is? Like, have you seen a Pokemon? I mean, I guess Jigglypuff sounds kind of made up if you don't know anything about Pokemon or Lord of the Rings. How did they find a guy who doesn't know anything about Pokemon or Lord of the Rings?
Is your little boy involved in Pokemon yet?
Too young.
How about you? Do you play?
No.
Neither do
And
I.
it wasn't until very recently I did not even know what a Pokemon was.
Yeah, I can tell, bro. You're struggling.
In fact, my nephew back in Texas is having a cow right now.
A cow?
A cow.
Sounds painful.
Oh, Regis. What happened to Regis?
But I guess that's what you have in Texas, right?
That's right. Regis, as much as I'd like to go for the $1 million, I can't walk away. I can't leave $250,000 on the table. I don't feel good enough about this. I'm going to walk away.
Oh my gosh. All right, fine.
Wow, I totally forgot that's how it ended, and I gotta say, respect. What else can you do? If you genuinely have no idea, wow, well done. I thought this was gonna end with him saying Frodo, or I mean Jigglypuff or whatever. Jigglypuff, you know? I knew the answer. I'm just saying I forgot the negative. No, this is not pre-Lord of the Rings movies, I don't think. No. Hold on. Lord of the Rings movies. 2001 was the first Lord of the Rings movie. Regis Philbin on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Regis Philbin on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Oh, it ended in... Oh, he passed away. Philbin passed away. Damn. Okay, he lived to 88. Damn. Well, he was quite a legend. So he was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire a long time, I think, but I can't really. He was definitely on there in 2001. I feel like the movies were definitely out. Anyways, whatever. No, that was $1 million. Wait, do we know that was actually $1 million question? How do we know that?
All right.
Dollars on the table. I don't feel. I can't walk away. I can't leave $250,000 on the table. I don't feel good enough about this. I'm going to walk away.
Oh my gosh. All right, fine. You were a great contestant. You really were. Here is your check for $250,000. And how about a great hand, everybody?
I mean, hey, that's amazing. After taxes, he gets 120, 130K, or 140, 150. You know, that's like great. Good for him.
Unbelievable. You know, I know.
Does Regis say?
I could hear every kid in the country screaming the answer at their TVs. The correct answer, of course, as we all know, all of us adults, is Frodo.
So he says the kids knew it, and then he says the adults knew it. That's pretty rough. That's rough for the guy that just gave up. Like, such an easy question. How was that? Yeah, I mean, even if that wasn't the $1 million question, how do you... That was... He had already gotten 250K? And that's a question they brought up? Come on. What are you talking about? That's like right at the beginning type of question. What is going on? This is why the show was canceled.
You might remember Frodo from The Hobbit.
Whatever. So this is Blue Whale Encounter.
Oh.
Holy... I mean, this is like a life-changing thing. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I would be like, holy crap. I literally wouldn't even be scared. I'd be like, you can carry me on your back if you want. Like, I don't even know. What do you can swallow me at this point. That's fine. Yeah, why did he say from The Hobbit in the other one, by the way? Wasn't The Hobbit... I mean, I guess he just knew the books? Whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, look at the beauty of that. I mean, holy crap. That's just amazing. It puts it all in perspective when you see a blue whale and the sun's rays shining down on it. Oh my lord, you can't even see the end of it. Just the best soy face ever. Wow. Holy crap. You can see the end of it there. That's the kill. Oh my lord. Yeah, I feel like Greg Turkington would have been really upset about that previous video we watched. Okay, let's see the next one. Oh shit, the cows are really down. I mean, to be fair, they're probably like, are we about to be fed? This is really weird behavior. They're like, when's the music gonna stop? Are they gonna feed us? Okay, I mean, I guess that's jazz. That's what the cows are thinking. They're like, is that jazz, technically? You can tell this one was suggested after I liked the other one. Or saved it or whatever. Wow. I would love to pet an elephant so much. Mmm. Look at those big ears. Ooh. How did they get the piano out here? Oh my god, the elephant. I mean, there's something universally appealing about music. Wow, it's waving its ears. Wow, in the trunk. That's, wow. That's beautiful. Amazing shot. Wow. Yeah, it's beautiful. 5.5 months in 5.5 minutes. Okay. I don't have 5.5 minutes, frankly. So this is a trail cam and we're seeing the best of. So a moose walked by. Wow, look at that moose. Moose is like, am I being filmed? Don't put me on your TikTok. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh my lord. It's like down a runway. It's like a model. It's like strutting. We're not going to watch 152 videos. This is unbelievable. I didn't realize I would want to watch them all in detail. I mean... Okay, cool. I mean, I guess I could leave some of the videos and we could do it on another stream. I mean, this is... Right? Because... I mean, 150, like, we don't need to be here all night, right? Like, I don't think any of you need that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. Small, friendly cuttlefish. Why did I save this? Oh, wow, that's really small. Never mind. I see why I saved it. Wow. Wow, look at that cute one. Okay, next up. Googly-eyed stubby squid. Check out Evie Nautilus.
Before and just left it here.
It's like some little kid dropped their toy.
Eyes, maybe he's got weird eyes.
It's a cuttlefish. It might be a cuttlefish. It has
Maybe
weird,
he's got weird eyes.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the body looks like a cephalopod. It is totally not.
Wow.
Cuttlefish. Cuttlefish. Cool.
They're both cephalopods.
That's
It's a
beautiful.
cuttlefish.
Evie Nautilus is so cool. I love watching that type of stuff in the background. This is a tortoise versus a hare. You may remember this from the ancient story in the Bible about the tortoise and the hare. Oh, let's go tortoise. Who do y'all root for? Are you more hare people or tortoise people? What's the consensus? Wow, people are loving it. I feel like the hare doesn't think it's in a race and the tortoise knows it's in a race. Like the tortoise has kind of read the material and understands what's going on. Oh, come on. You got this, tortoise. You got this. Yeah. I mean, if you root for the hare, then you are just absolutely, that's just not acceptable. You know what I mean? You can't root for the hare. That's like rooting for the cars against the pedestrians. You know what I mean? You got to be on the side of the common people, the tortoises. So chop suey, but everyone is horrendously offbeat. So let's see if we can fast forward. Maybe it'll make more sense if we fast forward.
Deserve to
It's admirable. Yeah, I like it. I wonder if that's going to trip the copyright. Caught in an avalanche in Kyrgyzstan. This is really scary. I got to be honest. This one kind of scared me when I saw it. So at this point, I guess they don't realize it's going to hit them, because it kind of does, y'all. I don't honestly know how it turned out. You can't do, this is so weird to watch. What are you doing? Oh no.
Oh God. Oh dear God.
Oh, they're probably okay. I feel like they were probably okay. But that looks really scary, and that was kind of wild to see. Okay, this is about an octopus who had a friend with a human? Aww. Aww. Okay.
I do remember that one time.
Okay, here we're on stuff that's relevant to the channel, too. So this is good. This is how Vince deals with trolls when they filmed season 1.
Remember that one time. This is before your time, Christian. Season 1, very early on, before Breaking Bad was Breaking Bad, and we were shooting at the home of Gretchen and Elliot Schwartz, the characters, the rich folks that Walt used to know back in the day and used to work with. And there was some asshole neighbor who kept turning on his wood chipper every time he heard action called. So the AD. So we swapped them. So we told the crew quietly that cut meant action and action meant cut.
That's genius. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's not even a troll. That's really beyond a troll. I thought he meant like online trolls. Wow. They must have been in where? Where were they when they were filming that? In Albuquerque, I assume. I mean, wow. So someone, every time they heard them yell action, would turn on a wood chipper. That is borderline diagnosable. Wow. That's really wild. To do that type of thing. I mean, that's passive aggressive to such an extent that it's really remarkable. Why did I save 150 videos to a playlist expecting that I was going to watch them in a live stream?
So we've gotten to a point in the series, in the run of the series, that people actually have iPhones, I guess, because it's late enough in the chronology of both shows. Well, and the one good thing about that is you can light an actor's face with an iPhone, especially when you're shooting in the dark like this. That's the only thing I like about them. Otherwise, it ruin the world.
Wait, iPhones were around. Oh, okay, yeah, for that part in Better Call Saul. But God, it's been a while. Breaking Bad chronology. When does Breaking Bad chronology end? Oh, there's all these flashbacks. July 2002. Yeah, Breaking Bad ends very early. But then, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, it has... Okay, yeah, it's like up until 2009, 2010, right? The end of it. Oh, no, the start of it. What am I talking about? Oh, my gosh. It's literally been so long. I forgot. It's all about the economic crisis. And yeah, of course iPhones were around. Yeah. I was just confused, I guess, on my timelines. And then I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, obviously that's Better Call Saul that took place in like 2002. Breaking Bad, but it doesn't feel... Yeah, I can tell that Vince didn't want iPhones to be a part of it because it feels like they weren't. I mean, when were characters' faces lit with iPhones?
Of both shows, chronology of because it's have iPhone or actually people actually, especially when you shoot in the dark. Like,
oh, there, down there.
That's the only thing I like about them.
Okay, all right, Vince. That's kind of interesting, quirky. Why did I save this? Why is YouTube showing me this?
I am crazy. I know he couldn't swap those numbers. I knew it was not 1216.
For everybody who needs like a nicer kind of, Better Call Saul memory in their head.
One after Magna Carta. I could ever make such a mistake. Always. I just proved it. He couldn't cover his tracks. He got that idiot at the copy shop to apologize for him.
Mr. McGill, please, you don't have to go.
You think this is something? You think this is chicanery? This is not bad. He's never done bad.
He has never done bad. That's so true, Chuck.
Billboard. And a man just happens to fall like that. Are you telling me that Jimmy orchestrated it? No, he couldn't.
It's kind of beautiful for people to spend their time doing this. Semi-truck crashes after refusing to let cars pass. This is kind of wild that I put these videos in the same playlist. That's so dangerous and scary to watch. The semi-truck is just not letting cars pass. Wow, people drive so dangerously. People are you gotta be so careful out there on the roads, y'all. Gotta be so careful. You gotta be so careful. People are weird. They do weird stuff. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes they're just weird, you know what I mean? Sometimes people just do stuff and you just have to be like, that's weird. You know what I mean? And that's the extent of it. And that's all you're gonna get. There's nothing deeper. Let's watch the... So no one can pass because this truck... Oh my god, this truck fights with it and insists on passing. This is like a sort of video game or something. So is there justice? I guess we're hoping there's justice, but justice, we don't want anyone to get hurt. You know. Que bueno, pendejo. I do think I know what that translates to. Wow. I mean, I hope that person was okay and that they lived to regret what they did. Swimmer gets disqualified for celebrating original. I don't have time to watch the whole thing.
Senior from North Carolina State. He's 25 yards away from the ACC.
I don't, just go to the end.
Teammate Ross Dant finishes second.
You can see everybody is on their feet right now. This is exciting.
Ilya Suburtsev from Louisville grabbed third place.
Nice. So he did a good job swimming.
Congratulations amongst teammates.
By over 4 seconds.
Woo! That's a way to go, man.
So I guess he's happy. He won.
Advantage on the overall standings. Remember, that includes the diving on the men's side and the swimming.
What? Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on.
So he got like a record-breaking time, and then they disqualified him for celebrating.
Pleasure from Dant, his teammate. Oh no, I'm gonna cry.
You know, so I guess ACAB kind of includes swimming referees, right? Is that the lesson? What a bad vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I did say this is a random playlist, you know what I mean? I did say, hey, this is a bunch of random stuff. You know, this is my WTF playlist. So yeah, we just watched a swimmer get disqualified, and now we're listening to a Mitski 8-bit cover. Yes. Let's check out this channel. Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you so we can all enjoy this channel. Okay. Making music is so much fun. MIDI, these MIDI files, these MIDI notes, and just arranging them. Woo! So beautiful. Check out the full video.
Nice to meet you, where you been? I
So this is a Taylor Swift song, but the instrumentals are 15 seconds delayed.
could show you incredible things.
I feel like we're still gonna have a copyright issue. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Look at
Oh, it's still on the beat though. I'm confused. I'm confused. I don't know the original. It just sounds like a normal song. Whatever. I don't care. It's good. I mean, I'm sure the original is good too, but that's kind of good. So what have I done? How's the channel doing? Okay. Okay. There we go. We still broke 50,000. So this is good. You know, last time with the 40,000 stream, as I said, we ended with less than 40,000. That was not ideal. I got in a lot of trouble at the channel for that. You know, the What's Therapy sort of infrastructure really cracked down on me for that. And they said, look, you did a 40,000 subscriber stream and you ended with less than 40,000. It was not good. I'm barely still hired here as the talent. So the fact that I could keep us above 50,000 here is actually really significant. I know we don't have more than like 5,000 or 6,000 people viewing right now, but it's still pretty significant that we were able to stay there. I'm going to take another break. So everyone take a few minutes, chill, get some water, go to the bathroom, you know, call your family, take some time. Maybe leave the stream. You can come back later. You know what I mean? We're going to come back in a few minutes and keep the vibes going. Let me find a different song to play while the situation takes a pause. Maybe what? No, not that one. Smoke on the Water? Okay, what's that one? Let's see. Okay, this should be good. See y'all in a few minutes. Thank you for the person who commented no audio. That might have taken me... That might have been another minute. I'm going to be honest. That might have been another minute if I didn't get a comment about that. Basically what I was... That was the 10th time I've said basically. 11. What I was saying with no audio was, how is everybody doing? Are you... You know, what's up? Are you okay? Are you good? My last stream, I was gone and then it was back. Okay. Oh, this is something I wanted to announce. I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I might do, there's like a presidential debate. Is that still happening next week? The presidential debate? Is that happening? I was like, what if I live stream the presidential debate? Would that be fun? Maybe So I might do that if people would want to watch that. So I might do that. What else? Oh yeah, I'm paywalling all my content and creating a What's Therapy Coin NFT that you'll have to invest in if you want to watch my videos. Just wanted to briefly mention that. So you'll have to, it's all behind a paywall. I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers putting their content behind a paywall, and that seems to be kind of universally approved of. So I decided I would put all my stuff behind a paywall, and you can invest in an NFT, and that will entitle you to read some of my, or watch some of my videos. Read them with your mind, basically. 12. So yeah, I just wanted to briefly mention that. All going to be paywalled. That's just a joke, obviously. I think. Ask people their favorite YouTube channels. What's your favorite YouTube channels, y'all? Or genres also? I'm running through all these different random things I wanted to mention. Here we have Hans Niemann's YouTube channel, the chess player. It just seems like both pieces are the black pieces. Just wanted to complain about that. It's funny. Playing chess for $50,000. I won $30,000. That's really funny. Call me when you've hit 50,000. You know what I mean? Okay, let's keep watching this WTF playlist. Okay, we're going to need to speed this up. So, apparently, this is military spending of countries. You know, so is in US dollars, in US dollars today or at the time, probably. In US dollars today, right? It must be adjusted for inflation, right? So, anyways, United States, and then United States. Wow. I mean, I guess the most interesting thing might be to just look at the proportions. Someone says you're the best writer on YouTube. Hey, that's really nice. Super Coco Caleb, thank you so much. I like my writing. I'm sure I'm not the best writer on YouTube, but I don't, I appreciate the sentiment. I put a lot of thought into my writing. I think people view their writing differently. Some people, put more effort into it. I definitely put a lot of thought into it, and writing is really interesting. When you really get into it, you start thinking about all these different details and how you're presenting your ideas and how they correlate and the grammar, and it's a fun challenge. So so I guess here you have, UK has a lot, way more in 1900. Fast forward to 2000, and it's about the same, but with the US. And now UK's got nothing, less than Japan. And then here, now China's, up there. So, good. I like to have everybody spending as much as possible on the military, because the military is just how people, get their needs met, their food, water, shelter, and their medical care. So, I'm glad that my country is investing $800 billion in the military, because that seems like a very smart thing to do. Hey, Micro Kimmy, thank you for saying you've missed my content. It's been a while. I do have the podcast, but you got to pay a buck or two to the channel. But I mean, it's not the same. I'm not going to lie. It's not the same. You're not looking at me. Well, now I've started doing video episodes of the podcast. I crossed my arms. I did my first video episode of the podcast. Check out the Verbal Journal channel here on YouTube, Verbal Journal. And so that's video, if you like videos. All right, next video. They're petting their dog, and then he's happy, but when they stop petting him, basically 13, I think, he stops being happy. I think that's what's going to happen. He goes into like fight or flight mode. So that's just a public service announcement. Pet your dogs.
17:30. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello.
If that's the thing that eventually trips to copyright censors, it's worth it. So this is the comedian Jerry Seinfeld. He was famous. He was 38 years old, and he began a romantic relationship with a 17-year-old somehow, and that was something that he did. They met in a park. She was 17. He was 38.
On the course right now out of Houston, Texas,
So this is a show, Ninja Warrior.
32-year-old Nate Mitchell.
Yeah, Nate is a very strong competitor. You know, rock climber, upper body strength here. Oh, what?
Come on.
Oh, this is atrocious.
So
Oh my God, that guy can move. We've got a streaker. You're not a
So a streaker who's like really good at Ninja Warrior. Oh shit, someone gave me money. Thanks, Yuma will. Hold on, let me expand the chat so I can see that. Yuma will burn. Hopefully that's something I can agree with. Loved your video essays. Any word on Sopranos? Yeah, honestly, I'm still totally down. It's just like it's not happening anytime soon. What it would take is like probably someone in my life being like, "Hey, do you want to watch The Sopranos?" And like that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Cuz I just don't feel like sitting and watching The Sopranos on my own and taking notes on it. But I know it's worth it. So one day probably. But yeah, thanks for supporting the channel. And yeah, y'all can feel free to give me money if you want. No pressure. You don't have to. You know, I have a day job, and don't do it if you
Leave me alone.
need your money.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Oh, so that just shows up now, and I'm responding to the chat? Okay, that's great. That's fucking great. How we doing? Okay, so naked guy.
Sport until you have a streaker. American Ninja.
Oh, look, you know, guys do all sorts of stuff to get attention. This is nasty.
We are on the strip in Vegas, and Sin City has rubbed off. Oh my God, he's riding the horse.
People are very confused and kind of aroused, it seems.
Okay,
like.
hold on. We've seen stuntmen now.
Oh no!
Well, it's an important time to remind you prostate health is an important concern.
That's true. That's a really good point. Sponsored by Big Prostate.
I am blind. I can't see anymore.
You know, so this is basically a sexual crime. I mean, at the end of the day, it's good to be free-spirited, but no one there consented to seeing this guy's junk. So it's a little bit, you know, not great. But then again, I'm not going to lie. Like, it does seem like people are pumped up about it.
This guy is a hard competitor.
He's rising to the
No, he's hard now, guys. Come on. They're just joking, right?
occasion. That's this.
This is sick. This is sick.
That lady did not blink.
He's rising to the occasion.
This is
She's
sick.
Oh, she blinked once.
This is sick.
And then
Looks
she
like he's just run out of steam. Goodness.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy, so people are, I guess, more amenable to it, but it's still not a good thing to do generally.
I feel like I'm his doctor right now, and I just gave him a clean bill of health.
Where is security, Matt? Where is security?
Oh! And there they are coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Taking the streaker out.
Okay, I mean, yeah, it's not good. Don't do that. That's really gross. I would, yeah. What it's really like to work in a music store. So a lot of these are like well-known, famous viral videos. Like you might have, if you click on videos that YouTube suggests to you, you've probably seen some of these. I know that was supposed to sound bad, but I feel like that sounded pretty good and kind of better than any of the individual players individually. You know, that was kind of nice together. Let's slow it down a little bit. Oh, wait. I mean, it's good at regular speed, probably. Yeah. My cat forgets her tongue out. This better be good, or I'm going to be pissed off. Wow. Okay. All right.
I've also eaten vegan sausage rolls. Have you eaten a vegan?
I've not, but it's meant to be a
Vegan? I don't know how they actually say it in the UK, though. I assume that's an unusual way to say it, and that's why it was posted. But for all I know, that's how they say it. They have their bangers and mash and their vegan bangers and mash. By the way, I'm trying to eat less meat. I recommend that. I think it's great. I think it's the ethical thing to do. You know, I'm not perfect about it. I'm not a vegan, but I am trying to eat less meat. And I recommend everyone do that for ethical reasons. So trauma is an important, part of the childhood experience. It's just something where we all have our childhood traumas, and sometimes our dad shaves his beard, you know what I mean? And he looks like Steven Crowder, and we're like, what the hell, you know what I mean? And then there's like, our home is where the heart is. It's not ideal to have that on the wall. You could just buy art, you know what I mean? But thank you, Caleb, for $2. Do more vids. I love you. Thank you. I plan to eventually, and I'm passively working on stuff, taking notes, working on things here or there. Rewind to the first 10 or 20 minutes for a little bit more details on that.
Hi.
So this is bad. You're not allowed to shave your beard. You know what I mean? If you're a parent, you're not legally allowed to shave your beard.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh, it's okay. It's still Daddy.
And I don't like it either.
Oh, come here. Oh.
I don't like it either, the older kid says. The older kid's like, yeah, I know what's going on, and I still think it's super messed up.
Here, it's okay. It's Daddy. It's Daddy.
The older kid's like, I'm smart enough and mature enough to know what's going on, and it's not okay.
Sorry. It's Daddy. Oh.
Your feelings are valid. You're not allowed to shave your beard. Sorry. You signed up for that when you became a dad. It's on the paperwork.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's still
Sorry.
Okay, is this boy freaks out when meeting baby cousin? So this is the boy and this is the baby cousin, just to be clear. Let's start over. Kind of missed the beginning. I don't want to sort of not understand the context plot-wise. People will call me out in the comments. They'll say, you missed the plot hole where actually, the baby cousin is part of, the rival gang or something like that.
Oh, baby, sorry. Look, baby, sorry. Is he smiling at me?
Yeah.
Are you so happy to see me?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's your I don't know what this is.
He's a baby. Wow. Or she's a baby. Charlie. It's a ambiguous name.
Oh yeah.
Wow. They kind of look similar, but they're like cousins similar. That's so cute.
Beauty, holy smiles.
Yeah.
Baby smiles are so cute.
She's just good. She's just a good.
Because we don't know what they're thinking. You know what I mean? They could be thinking anything. They could be laughing at us. But it's cute.
Do you love her?
I love her, yeah.
I love her, yeah. You know what? I'd say I love her. I mean, I like her at the very least.
I just buff her every sleep. I buff her every sleep in the morning.
Yeah.
I love her every sleep in the morning. I get that. I sort of get that, yeah. Like, yeah. Oh, shit. No, I don't care about that.
Buff her every sleep in the morning. Oh, she has a spit-up tongue. Yeah.
It's a milk tongue?
Tongue.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Yeah, so, you know, babies smile. That's how they get you.
So she's so lovely right
Oh, this is great. The weekend. Now we're making progress in the playlist here.
here. Oh, she's so lovely.
This is the weekend before he was famous, I guess.
She's so lovely, man. She's so lovely. You know it
It was
is.
posted 8 years ago, but it's got to be much. It's got to be much older. Yeah.
Check it out. She's so lovely.com, man. Let them know what time it is. The SSL. Let's see the acapella. All right. Let's let them know what time it is. The weekend. Weekend, baby. Weekend. You don't know what's in store. Don't know what you're here for.
I mean, that's obviously very good singing. You can't argue with that. That is the type of singing where you're like, okay, this guy might go somewhere. But it's also just so funny to see him just chilling with folks and they're like, sing, man, use your voice. The Weeknd is a little bit of like a guilty pleasure. He has like a few good songs, but most of his songs like piss me off. And I'm like, dude, just shut up, man. Stop singing about how you like keep hurting people's feelings. Celebrity look-alike. So if you've seen this, they at a stadium. So basically, that's the 14th time I've said basically. When you go to a public event now, not only can you be filmed, but they could just broadcast you on the, on the thing. So you just consent to that, I think, with your buying of the ticket. You just consent to, sure, you can put me on your Jumbotron. So this is now a thing that people will do, they're obviously finding Office characters. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. I'm sorry, but Luke should not be the second character you choose when you're doing that. I mean, I didn't even remember his name. I've seen The Office so many times. Robert California. I somehow feel like that's a typo, right? What do we think in the chat? Is that a typo? Robert California? It's been a while since I've seen The Office, but I definitely thought it was California, not California. Maybe that's to prevent a copyright thing? That's pretty good. Some of them are like insulting and some are like almost complimentary. But that's subjective, I guess. That's great. This is such a good vibe. Oh shit. Everyone's like, sometimes you get the Jumbotron where people aren't looking at it. People are zoned in. They're like, oh my God, what's next? Because everyone knows The Office. I'm just confused about why Jenna Fisher's in the title. And then like, but they're all the character names and then it says Jenna Fisher. I'm just confused about that. Oh, Jenna Fisher's... I was going to say Jenna Fisher's actually at the game. I thought that was the punchline. But it's, never mind. That's a child. Oh, it's Jenna Fisher's child. Oh, let's go. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I've already probably seen it. That's funny. That is really funny. She did kind of look like a kid Jenna Fisher. That's funny. Oh, good vibe. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. I don't know why this is the next one on the playlist. Child screams for most of 8-hour flight, and it's a news article of a child screaming for most of 8-hour flight. I mean, I hope the kid's okay, obviously. I hope they're fine.
Happened in August, but the video just came to light today. So what should you do to control an unruly child on a plane?
You know what? Everyone wants their picture-perfect vacation. They want their picture-perfect flight. They want everything to go right. I'm sorry, sometimes there's a child screaming for the 8-hour flight. Deal with it. That's how it works. And, you know, you should be happy. That's normal.
A flight attendant to turn on transatlantic flight to New York.
That's some good screaming.
The passengers described.
Okay, you could stop talking over it. Oh, look at the person filming. What, do you got a problem with the screaming? Why don't you try to scream better than that? That's a child expressing themselves. Deal with it. Everyone's got to grow up. Not the child.
Hey, Bobo. Your dad's coming to pick you up. He'll be here pretty soon. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Your dad's coming to pick you up. You're going to go home. You haven't seen him in 2 weeks. And guess what? He's going to knock on the door, or he's going to ring the doorbell. And you know what you're going to do? You know what you're going to do? You're going to bork. Because you're going to know it's him. You're going to go bork, 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 bork. And you're going to run at the door. It's going to be real loud.
Wait, but did he show up or no? That's what I'm confused about. That's kind of an important plot detail here. Let's Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul fans in the chat. You know complex sort of plot devices. What's going on here? Did the person actually show up, or was it just was the dog's behavior kind of manifested here? Wait, hold on.
Loud.
Wait, hold on. Everyone slow down.
Okay, and you're going to run at the door. It's going to be real loud.
Yeah, I think the person showed up.
Because you're going to know it's him. You're going to go bork, 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 bork. And you're going to run at the door. It's going to be real loud.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be. I heard something. It's got to be the person knocking, right? Walt is the one who knocks. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, no, I ain't messing with you.
It's been a year since this gem. Dion Broxton was reporting from Yellowstone Park. He has
college told me, because I told him I don't want to be remembered as the bison guy. I want to be remembered as a good journalist.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you just gotta, I don't want to be remembered as the Breaking Bad YouTuber either. You just gotta, you gotta roll with it. The bison is, I guess he was scared of a bison. This is about his journey to move beyond the bison. I believe he can. But, you just, people are very, you just gotta keep going.
Same time, bodies moving, feet moving.
What the hell is this video?
Oh my goodness! Flying J! Perfect!
It's hard. We want to celebrate that it was a beautiful knockout, but we're watching Frankie Edgar too to keep everybody safe.
Very scared.
We'll get an update when we come back.
Come on,
Corey. 28 seconds of the very first round.
Corey! 28 seconds. You backed up and unbelievable.
Yeah, it feels good, man, but that's Frankie Edgar, I don't want to watch that happen to him, but better him than me, so.
Oh, that was not funny. Yeah, he was depressed because it's a weird sport where you're hurting people, so maybe people should just stop doing this sport or just find ways to do it where they don't hurt each other. Yeah, he probably doesn't feel good that he just hurt that man and caused him pain and potentially lifelong pain. Why do people watch this? It's not justified. Just like football is barely justified, American football. It's a cost-benefit analysis. Like, you can't freaking hurt people to make a sport. You might as well be doing gladiator death matches. What's the difference, ultimately, if you're handicapping people versus, like, killing them? It's just like, yeah, no wonder he's not having a great time. You just hurt a man. Why do people watch this?
Teammates don't quite do it. Learning how to.
Caitlin Clark's dad tells Clark to stop complaining. So Caitlin Clark is now in the WNBA. She's, helping them, popularize the league a ton. It's been super dope in some ways. This is from this past season where she was at Iowa.
Communicate that, articulate what you're seeing. That's been the growth of Caitlin. Frustrations with some players are understand what she's seeing. They understand how to move, and if they're open, she will find them.
This is a pet peeve of mine that I talked about before with tennis, probably on the previous one stream, the 40K. I hate when people's parents or their coach are in the stands and they're talking to them. I get it. Like, Caitlin Clark is super young and, like, it's totally understandable for her dad to give her advice and stuff. But, like, it's not a good look as the parent or the coach to be yelling at the player while they're playing. Just, like, let them play and talk to them afterwards. It's just not a good look. Not fun to watch. I mean, educationally we're watching it.
Well, similarly, at baptism, Marcus receives...
Baby boy laughing and giggling during baptism.
Receives this name of beloved, deeply, infinitely loved by God, and precious in his eyes. And so that's one of the beautiful things about having a community.
So what is it? Is he like a Roman Catholic priest, or what is this dress? What is this sort of person here? Are they a priest? Is it a different type of priest?
About having Marcus's family and friends with him because...
God, he looks so young. The baby's like, I don't know if he's qualified.
Learn this other name of Christian, beloved, because of the help of everyone here. So that would be my challenge or my invitation, is that as he continues to grow old, especially with God friends, he's only going to learn what it means to be a Christian.
The baby's like, I'm Jewish. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, that's not funny. The guy's a cleric? Okay.
Brothers and sisters, let us ask our Lord.
No, thanks. Please? No, thanks. A little bit. Yeah, no, thanks.
Okay, so this is a famous thing. Kesha tried to give this old man a hug and he wouldn't do it, which is fair. That's, not one of the things I would criticize Jerry Seinfeld for. And then... it is kind of insulting. I could criticize him. I mean, you could probably just as a professional thing, you could probably give a hug to Kesha on the red carpet. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a little bit stuck up, dude. You're not going to give Kesha a hug. What, do you have a problem? She likes your fucking show. You're famous. Give it a... But anyways, I can understand whatever. He doesn't want to touch a stranger. Unless she's 17, I guess. I don't know. But.
Me, everybody.
And then Cardi B is on Zach Galifianakis' show with Jerry Seinfeld. I love whatever they gave him to sit on. I gotta rewatch this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you.
So that's fantastic. Wait, what did he say? I don't even care. Never mind. I don't want to know what he said. What? So this is from the Garden of Earthly Delights, Hieronymus Bosch's painting from the 16th century, legendary painting, and he was sort of like a proto-surrealist. He was better than the surrealists in a lot of ways, and he just did such interesting, cool work. So yeah, that makes sense that this would be a little grab from... I mean, it's probably not meant to be a real song, but they transcribed it. The Garden of Earthly Delights, if you don't know the painting, look it up. It's so cool. I wonder where it is. I'd love to see it in person. Cool. Sorry if that was too graphic with the butt. Oh, this is something I like. People who do these videos where they take a photo of themselves every day. I've done this and I have it as a work in progress. I've been doing it for like almost 5 years. This is funny. Age 12 to married. So I don't know why this person stopped when they got married. But they basically 15, 14. It's very hard to be in the center, but if you do it in photo booth, you can, this person kind of looks like me in a vague way. If you do it in you can just kind of take the photo and then check, and then if it's not good, take the photo again. And it's fun seeing how your expression and your everything about yourself kind of carries through. I'll probably upload the one I make eventually, but probably in like 20 years. And then he got married. Oh, wait, he had his phone. That's great. That's great. They're like, oh, can you stop doing this now? And then this is another one, daily photo, 5 years and 1 minute. People do it very differently. So this is one, they didn't stop when they got married, which is a plus. And they might not have gotten married, to be fair, which is fine. I haven't gotten married either. But I love this. I love how fast it is. What is this? He thinks he's Napoleon. What? Is that the music of this video? What? What? What is going on? I'm so confused. I'm watching a court show from Russia. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Brand new curtains fall.
Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, someone becoming pregnant. You're not gonna watch them becoming pregnant. Don't worry. But yeah, they're like pregnant, and it's showing their body growing a life inside of them. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, are they wearing the same outfit too? That's nice. A little bit of coordination there. Wow. That's so cool. Wow. I've never really seen one of these actually from beginning to end. And then it's like she's tired or something. She's like, oh, I guess I'll have the baby now. Oh crap, that was dope. Let's see that again. That was really well done. Wow, for only 5.9. All right, let's give her a sub and share. That's a pretty good editing trick there, or not trick, but editing technique. For only 5.9 thousand subscribers, let's check that again. That's pretty good. And then there's a baby. That's a little baby. Okay, nice. Well done. My name is
Giorgio.
What? Why did I save this to the playlist? Oh, he's a kid in a falling down a hill contest? Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope he's okay. That's one of those things, if you do it in like when you're 30, you're like you've like caused a huge issue.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see. Oh yes, he's glittering. It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see. Oh yes, he's glittering. It's Shelly is about the Benjamin.
His hand was getting too close to Mike Tyson.
Now, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Puffy, and if you want to hang out, more than welcome to stick around, my brother.
And I believe P. Diddy is Is he a criminal now, or he's been found to have been doing pretty messed up stuff? Not that all criminals are doing messed up stuff, but I forget what it was, but not a huge Diddy fan.
But these are great. You know, these are great. The dirtier, the better.
Why did I save that? I mean, that's literally... I know I've said, why did I save that? That was the least savable. I have no idea why I saved that. I don't know who any of these people are. I know that's Wallace and Gromit. I don't know why.
Yes, no, I'm being told that Average Joe's does not have enough players and will
I love this. This is such a legendary quote.
be forfeiting the championship match.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think you might have gave me that nickname, and now it's just stuck. And it's
So yeah, this is a jump ball where Steph Curry, who is not as tall as Victor Wembanyama, jumps against him.
I'm gonna let it rock out. I actually named my son JTA as well.
Well, tell us about your son. September 28th, he became a dad.
And say his name too. I want to hear the name. The coolest name. Look at Steph jumping. That's incredible.
So let's watch that one more time in slow-mo. So, the moral of the story is be tall.
First pitch, center field. Frelick was deep, coming on. He slides, it gets by.
Ellie De La Cruz is on my fantasy baseball team. He's so good. He's going to be such a Hall of Famer and a legend. Inside the park home run. So good. So this is a soccer team fans. Wait, no, that's the next one. This is someone being showered in fake dollar bills.
This is for your career 2026.
Excuse me?
Thank you very much.
Sorry, this is starting. We're starting a press conference.
This is a protest. He's protesting, like correct.
Come on. Come on. Come on. 2026 World Cup. Come on. It makes sense for everyone. Here we go, Seth.
That's so good to have him be showered in them. He like felt like he had to get up because just the image. You're creating an image when you protest. It's all about creating that image that gets through to people. And showering him in money is great. And calmly explaining the purpose first is good if you can. So this is a soccer team's fan base pretending... Wait, what? Where was that video about them pretending the goal got scored? Did I skip that?
First pitch, center field.
It says next up. Here we go. I like this. They're saying, let's pretend we scored a goal. That's manifesting, you know? Sure, it doesn't work, but it's a nice vibe. Oh, I love this. I love when refs get in the way. Oh my god, that's so good. They're so, like, they're pissed off, but it's like comical. They cannot believe that just happened. And the ref's like, sorry, bro.
Él es el que entrega para Nacho Rivero y se escuchó aquí, Nacho, aquí, él se la pedía. Acaba anticipando.
Like, no way. How do you not jump as the ref?
Se va con Luis a sacar el gol esperando que
And the ref, I think, is just allowed to do that. Wow.
1547, ladies and gentlemen, is the wonderful work here by Claude Monet. The second, obviously, of the Monet works that we've been offering.
I mean, that's nice. What year is that from?
Here in Hong Kong in this auction this evening. This is entitled Rue de Monte Carlo. This is work, obviously, from 1883.
1883. Okay, so he was already, like, getting some success. It's a beautiful painting. I mean, yeah.
At 4,500,000.
These auctions are so ridiculous, and they're legally allowed in America, at least, to just pretend they're getting bids and to look off into the middle distance and be like 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. It's just standard. So whatever. I mean, at a certain point, people are not buying art; they're buying an investment or a financial instrument, basically.
This is just such an odd
15th, 16th, basically. I don't know what show this is. I don't know if anyone else knows what show this is.
Oh, Professor,
I mean, he's trying to be funny and stuff, but he's being real too. It's like he can't even believe it.
I'm so sorry.
It's a little awkward that he's trying to be funny, but it's understandable.
You can see why my father didn't want to tell me anything about his family.
He's like a great.
Oh my god, this is so good. You've probably seen this before. This is a great comedian. What's his name? Nathan Hare. Nathan Hare. He's super funny.
Okay. A little bit weird, but oh my god. No fucking way. He's actually awesome. No. Dude. No. He's so cool. And he's like a character. He's a character that he can. Oh my god. That's actually awesome, dude.
Let me take
The one person who never lets you sing alone.
it to you, 'cause baby, this is your day.
That's better than The Weeknd. That was amazing.
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. Now that I'm popping, all these niggas wanna give me a kiss. Every time I try to sing, this hoe keeps stealing my song, This hoe just mad 'cause she can't sing.
Damn, those are some pipes. Scything lawn. This is the American dream. I genuinely don't think lawnmowers should be legal. Why? If people can just do this, why do we have lawnmowers? So good for your core. Cell phone store owner lets would-be robber go free.
Owners of this store in England let an
Yeah, I don't usually like these videos from a convenience store cam. They're often really disturbing, but you know, that's kind of nice. They just took the stuff back from the guy. I would bet you he never tried to steal shit again. Like, I don't think you need to go to jail. I think this is humiliating enough, especially having it be viral. But even without it being video recorded and viral, I feel like that alone would make someone be like, I cannot do that again. Japanese kids saying good morning?
It's so funny.
Just in
They
America.
have leashes. Ohio! Ohio! Hi! Ohio! Ohio gozaimasu.
What? Like, what? Why did I... Who saved this to the playlist? I mean, it's kind of an interesting video. This is truly a WTF moment.
Ohio!
There's nothing I
Deep
got out
into
of
the
that.
Badlands, you'll find a city carved into the
This is a very cool video. I gotta credit it. 666,000 views. This is very cool. And I'm just gonna mute it. So it's just, I mean, like they're just zooming in. Like, let's just start it over for a second. So you zoom in on a dinosaur. And then this is obviously digital. You zoom in the teeth of one of the dinosaur, there's a hotel. And then in the guy's drink, there's a dude. And then in his eye, there's a freaking Elysium type situation. And then in the lightsaber dude's Elysium world, there's an Antarctica, which has a mountain of green lady. Inside of her hair is a constellation of things within which, I mean, it's just, that's cool. That kind of stretches what art is in a very interesting way. I mean, wow. I love that it's dated 2020. Because, like, I guess, yeah, he's wearing a mask, but it's just, it seems like it seems like people shouldn't have been doing this in the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, it should have ended. I don't know. Puppy isn't happy when waves fill up his newly dug hole. I don't think I can handle that. I think that's a little too intense for me right now. Dorking players.
Ipswich Town have just scored, so it's 1-1 there. Good touch. Oh, hello. Good touch by Jake Gallagher. He does it. He's on the dancing on ice. He was there. I gave him 7. It was a cracking little pirouette. Jake Gallagher. That's just livened me right up, that has.
Dorking indeed, bro. That's great. Worst 20 seconds of football. Oh, this is soccer. No wonder it's bad football. Oh my god, it's just chaos. Wow. Oh, I hate this. I hate this stupid American Idol, Australian Idol, you know, making fun of people. I think it's so stupid.
There's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Better than the original.
No hell.
Who are these people? I think this guy's great.
Imagine all the people.
I agree. I think that's great. I think these people should be ashamed of being on a stupid show. It's just so stupid. Because they're trying to laugh at a guy.
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith.
So he said the F slur for gay people on air at the start of the show. And that's why he's apologizing.
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be...
He just has to report a home run while he's... apologizing for saying a slur on air.
Well, that's a great life. 96 years. And Pat, just like his dad, went to KU. He also went to Bishop Ward High School. There's a drive into
deep. Not as bad. That's not as bad. I don't. Whatever. I just copied the link to the tag because this is just so interesting. Wow. Okay. Next up we have Better Call Saul, but I think we should call it, right? We can't do this all night. We're only halfway through the playlist. This is ridiculous. We can't do this all night. This has got to be another stream where we continue watching the playlist, right? There's no way I can do a 6-hour thing tonight. We've got to call it now. I think we should call it. How are we doing on the channel subscribers? Okay. Still good. Because we'll have to come back. We'll have to keep watching the WTF playlist. I can't just, I don't want to use it all. I think we're good. What else should we talk about? Oh yeah, I'll come back. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that type of thing. That's interesting. So it's just there's so much to talk about. I guess I'll do a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, I know this is like, probably we should stop. It's a long stream and, we're not. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. I mean, I guess the way I'm thinking, we don't need to do any more of the WTF playlist. I guess that's what I'm definitely saying. So let's see the rest of the situation area. I got a few more points we can touch on before we get out of here. And then we'll save the rest of the WTF playlist for another time. I wanted to maybe talk about things I learned in my time on YouTube, but I think I'll make that a separate video someday. I have a Google Doc where I put together advice to content creators based on when something pops into my mind, I'm like, oh, that's a good piece of advice. All kinds of different things about how to go about your time on YouTube. I don't know if now is necessarily the right time. I think maybe I'll just do that a separate time. But I'll just let you know that's something. But I don't need to, I'll save that for another time. Yeah, as someone who, so just being that I talk about, I just wanted to briefly mention, being that I talk about like revenge and like how you act on revenge, I just want to say like free Palestine. I mean, obviously, and responding to the October 7th actions of Hamas with everything that Israel's been doing is completely unjustified. And as an American Jew, I definitely want to make it clear, and I've even been to Israel, but Israel needs to fundamentally change how it relates to the Palestinian people. And I do think it relates to revenge in a way, because some people you can see in the public justifying Israel's actions with concepts of revenge that I think are flawed. So I wanted to mention that. Okay, a few more things to say, and then we'll get out of here. A few more things to say. So this, hold on.
Hey, deserving listeners. So a lot of you
have
been
finding other videos, and some of them there are these other therapists. Hold on. There are these other therapists on YouTube, and some of them are really cool, and some of them are a little bit mixed. And you may have heard about this, but like BetterHelp is not doesn't have a great track record as a company. But the problem is some people still will be sponsored by them. And, I understand people that take all kinds of sponsorships. And I was talking about keeping my day job, and I feel very lucky to have a day job. But I do, a day job that I like. But I do feel like it's kind of messed up to see people who are therapists and have YouTube channels and platforms promoting BetterHelp, which is a company that we'll briefly discuss. So I don't know if how much y'all know about this, but basically, there's this one, Cinema Therapy, which was the one I saw. Was it this one? So it's sponsored by BetterHelp, and you have 1.6 million subscribers, and are you actually a therapist, licensed therapist, and you're sponsored by BetterHelp? And if you don't know what the problem with BetterHelp is, just wait 5 seconds. And then you have, this channel, Psychology in Seattle. seemingly a good channel, but it's like you're sponsored by BetterHelp for this video from very recently. And then years ago, this person made this video, is BetterHelp evil? 3 years ago. But that was 3 years ago, and, I didn't watch this video. Maybe they say no, I assume, because they keep being, sponsored by them. But a lot more recently than 3 years ago, May 9th, 2024, 800,000 BetterHelp online therapy customers received refund notices because BetterHelp settled FTC charges that it co-opted user data, including personal health questions for advertising purposes, sharing the sensitive information with social media platforms like Facebook and Snapchat. But BetterHelp remains a massive sponsor of podcasts. It spent $8 million in March of this year on podcasts. It's owned by a different company now. But I just think, I don't care how deeply committed you say you are. You paid $7 million, $8 million to settle accusations and charges of violating people's privacy. But that's not all. This is from May of this year too. Regarding these, this is regarding the same thing. Hold on, regarding, and then FTC banned BetterHelp in March of last year from revealing consumers' data, including sensitive mental health. This is part of the case we were just talking about. And this is, so I'm working backwards here, which I shouldn't have done, but. And then, March of last year, FTC says online counseling service BetterHelp pushed people into handing over health information and broke its privacy promises. Again, this all ended in BetterHelp paying about $8 million to settle charges that it used user data, it co-opted user data for people getting therapy for advertising purposes. So I just personally think that if you're a therapy channel like me, oh shit, I lost a subscriber. Never mind. No, I'm just kidding. If you're a therapy channel, you should not take BetterHelp sponsorships in 2024. And honestly, if you take a loss by canceling the contract, it's worth it for your integrity. So something to think about for these channels that still take BetterHelp sponsorships. What is this? Tom Brady. Well, if Tom Brady's doing it, it's good, right? And what else before we get out of here? How are y'all doing? How's everyone doing? I have a lot of very important political causes that I like to advocate for. Some are more important than others. Sometimes I'm talking about trying to advocate against genocide. And other times, it's a little bit different. Other times I'm just, trying to say people shouldn't take certain sponsors. But I think it's good to express myself. And sometimes I am talking about the most important political issue of all time. And I know you all know what I'm about to say. Longtime viewers of the channel know that I have one cause that I put above all, which is that former world chess champion Magnus Carlsen should stop referring to himself as world chess champion on social media. He is a world chess champion of these years, but he is not world chess champion. And he says it on Twitter, world chess champion. He is the highest ranked player. That's different. And then he says it on YouTube, world chess champion. So he's not world chess champion, to be clear. Ding Liren is world chess champion. Magnus knows it. He doesn't put this on his books. He just puts it on his social media. So that's the most important political cause of our time. And I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, is my crusade over? What do we think? How are we doing? So 50,000 subscribers. Someone in the chat says, congrats on the achievement. Just hopping in to say I'm proud of you before I go to bed. Looking forward to watching the stream at 2 times speed when you post it later. Yeah, I would recommend 5 times speed if you can. You might need sort of like a plug-in for that. But thank you so much. And yeah, it's been great to celebrate. So good news is we have a lot more WTF videos one day, for another stream. And that's probably good. I don't think this stream needs to be more than 3.5 hours. But I had a great time, and I think this was really fun. And yeah, thank you so much for following the channel and stuff. And I have enjoyed doing this. I'll do another live stream sometime and go through the rest of the WTF playlist. But I don't know. In general, I'm just doing other stuff, and one day yeah. Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. One day you'll wake up, you'll brush your teeth, you'll start your morning, and there will just be a new video in your subscriptions feed. And it's not a perfect analogy, right? Because it's sort of like I'm talking about remembering something instead of forgetting something. So it's not the perfect analogy. But, it clicks on like right? It clicks? No? Okay. I should do therapy live on stream. I'll think about it. I'll think about that. If you want more me talking at you, you can listen to the Verbal Journal podcast, of course, that I've mentioned a few times. I can link that for you. And, there are some public episodes, and you can subscribe to the Patreon of this channel or the members of this channel to get, the other episodes. So yeah, check out the Verbal Journal. That's pretty much what I'm up to these days. But yeah, this has been great. Thanks again, and I guess I'll say goodbye for now. Goodbye for now. And maybe a fitting way to close out this 50K stream is with a good old-fashioned song.
Down in the gutter with the rest of them.
Woo. Yep.
Down in the gutter with the rest of them.
All right.
I was down in the gutter with the rest of them.
Have a good one until I talk to y'all next. And it's really, I do enjoy you hanging out and listening to me and contributing your thoughts. And, I hope that your life is going well. And I hope your creative stuff is going well. And I'm enjoying expressing myself on the podcast. And I'll, hopefully make a video sometime. And wait, what's going on? What's going on here? Why is everyone... Okay, it stopped. Yeah, I just wanted to say, thanks. Yeah, I just, it's starting up again. Why is this happening? What's going on? Okay, bye.
Down in the gutter, 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 down in the gutter.